Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Embers of the Wilds. It's been a hot minute since we played last, but we have a good session coming up for you guys today. But before we hop in, how are all of y'all coming along?
Pretty good. Or actually, I've been feeling kind of shit the past few weeks or days. I've been sleeping almost all the time, so I've been like recharging, and I thought today Embers is going to be my one activity that I do. Otherwise, I'm just going to sleep. So, and that's what I've done. So, but yeah. Nice. Otherwise, apart from being very tired for some reason, I'm pretty okay.
All right. What about you, Lusterly?
Yeah, I'm good. I've also been napping. I've been taking the nap pretty hard. I started a gym routine, and I'm tired all the time.
Neat.
Well, naps are great, and summer's a fantastic time for napping, where it's warm and you just want to laze around all day. I get it. What about you, Ashley? How's life?
Finally fully vaccinated 2 weeks after my second dose, so I've been hanging out with some people. Been really nice to actually see faces. So.
Oh my god, yeah. It's so nice. Great. Well, before we hop in, I want to recount to you guys a great idea a fellow DM of mine had years ago that I want to steal. We all sometimes say, we have these placeholders for words, and he really wanted to stop using and and like and stuff as placeholders. And so he said to his party, anytime you catch me saying one of these placeholders, call me out, and everyone in the party gets a gold. Doesn't matter where it comes from. It basically rains from the sky. Everyone gets a gold piece every time I say or like whatever. I don't care about like whatever, but I have noticed that my Californian mannerisms of speaking don't always apply to the whole world. So every time you hear me say you guys instead of y'all or something else in that vein, call me out on that shit, and you guys can all get a gold, and I will slowly teach myself to, speak like a normal human.
It doesn't apply to like all of us, right? Like we can still use bad words and say and everything, right?
This is just the DM failing. So when you guys hear me, refer to people as you guys instead of you all or something to the party, that is, call me out, and we'll just let gold rain from the skies on y'all.
Neat.
Cool. All right. Where last we left, the party had subjugated themselves to the Draconians and promised them all of their wealth and firstborn children.
Subjugated is a very strong word. We're making friends. And sometimes.
Making friends.
Yeah.
Let them look through your town.
A little nugget of whatever ore, enchanted ore.
And they happily went away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not going to come back or cause any trouble. Everything's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine, right?
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. So, where would we like to be going here? Let's actually get some woodland music going on. And let's figure out what the party is up to, because you have sort of secured the canyon for a good long while now. There are many a thing out there in the world that you might be interested in doing, or you might be just interested in staying home and taking a load off. It is, after all, the middle of summer. It is July. It is hot. What's the party interested in?
So,
Do we still have our guy guarding?
The golem? Yeah.
Our big lad?
Yes. Golem Greg? Yes.
Greg.
Yes. Golem Greg is deployed or hanging out in the temple.
Great, yeah.
It's one of the two.
I appreciate the diagram you made of the box. Just every time I look at it, it looks exactly like a toilet, and I appreciate it every time.
this diagram right here?
It does.
Yeah.
I'm glad my artistic skills are, here.
We do have him if we want to explore. I know that's always been a barrier to us going off, is like some stuff going down in town.
Yeah, it'll be fine. No draconians will show up. That's fine.
That's the one worry that I have too. Because we did do the combat test with the golem, right? And so we know that it works and everything, and the town now
What
knows
was
how to
it?
use it.
What? Something attacked us.
There's a boar.
Yeah,
boar.
a big boar. Big a lad.
So I guess I was thinking, like, what if we go to the Draconians? But I don't know what we would do there, really. Because, like, I feel like part of, or at least what I would want to do, is leave the Draconians to their own and, like, let them live in peace, sort of. And so maybe it's a bad idea to go chat with them. And it seems like not all of them are friendly to conversation either, so... Yeah, but we did get the map, so we do have a few places we could go to. I remember we talked about potentially going to Fairport to see if we could find like some sort of artisan or something that could know the ins and outs of these golems for repairs. I know that was one.
Dwarf.
Yeah. Or wait, do we know that that's something the dwarves do? Like.
We learned that, yeah, because that was something, like, that was the only person who might know about it.
Right, because it was like dwarven craftsmanship or something, right? Okay.
So that's the one we can find there, and there may or may not be mead shipments there that can still be available for us. On the side. Many birds, one stone.
So Fairport it is?
Trying to think what else we have. There are some smaller surrounding towns as well. But we don't really have a mission or some like specific thing.
Yeah, that would just be exploration. I'm personally interested in the golems. See what's... Because also we don't know how to repair it. That was a question as well.
Yeah.
Many questions about the golem.
So it sounds like you have a direction that you would like to go in.
I think so. Is there anything we want to do in town before we go? Like, what's the status of the construction of the drawbridges? Because that would be like a point of protection, right?
That's true. Let's see, where did we start the drawbridges?
Also, did we actually enact the plan with Gloria? Or did we just kind of forget about that again? Because I feel like my intention was to enact that plan last episode, but don't know if we actually said that or not.
Oh, we were talking about like having Gloria help out with like menial tasks and whatnot in town? Or...
Yeah.
Still in our prison, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the plan has been enacted yet. You could do that before you take off.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea to not be torturing Gloria.
Okay. Back to the drawbridge real quick. The first drawbridge is started construction on the 5th of July and it'll be done around the end of August. And Jesse will take about a month to complete. And beginning of August, Jesse's training will be done. So those projects are underway.
Right.
Okay. You guys can head on over to Gloria and Gloria's henchmen, still in the stockades outside, or in the pillory, whatever it's called. And there they are. 2 prisoners that you've had on hand for quite some time. It's been a while since they've been arrested for, murder and trying to overthrow the government and plundering the town. Everyone else has paid the final price. These 2 remain. This one on the right is Gloria.
What is the usual procedure for like I guess that's a very meta question about like how towns like this work.
You know, it's been so long since something like this has come up. No one remembers. No one that is alive today has had to deal with a situation like that, and the sort of institutionalized memory of these things has faded away. So you are in a place to decide the nature of justice for yourselves with no precedence.
Neat.
All the pressure in the world.
Okay, so what do we want to do with Gloria?
Didn't we already talk about this?
I was thinking like
There's a
in
worm.
character and like
Sorry.
I don't know if we have
I'm
talked about this
very
in character
tired.
actually, but we can just pretend we have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should be the one to hold that conversation.
We should put her to work.
How do you... I know we've talked about it, but let's just go over it one more time. It's been a little while since we played. How are you going to put her to work? There's a small issue of trust, right?
Yeah, so the goal is to build trust. That's the eventual end goal. And so it starts with like having her do work that's like very easily being watched, very easily like she can't do anything to escape. And slowly building to work that is more more open. Give her more freedom.
Okay. Well, she's been in these stockades for a nice long time and is ready to get out and walk around and, you know, be a human again instead of just a hunched over showpiece for the town. So when you bring this proposition to Gloria and her henchmen, they both quickly agree that that is a much better lifestyle than what they have here.
Oh.
Like, really quickly agree.
Do they look like they like can be trusted, or do they have like an aura of extreme spite towards us?
No, they have an aura of extreme weariness and back pain.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Might be hard to tell their intentions in this moment. Anything's better than what they were just experiencing.
Okay, yeah, I guess we, I don't know what we would, like, specifically have them do. I don't know how, like, work delegation works in the town, but I guess we would try and find whatever work would be suitable. Maybe working in the mines, I'm guessing, like, their strength might be useful. Yeah.
Mayor Barnaby can find work for them to do. There's always something to do with, you know, picking up litter further out the river, maybe clearing out the river to make the water flow a little bit easier, help divert something, move some rocks, work in the mines, you know, maybe chop some wood, sweep some boardwalks or whatever. There's work to be done. The mayor will put them to work.
Neat.
Easy peasy.
Don't we need somebody to, like, watch them?
Yeah, so I would think like the guard or two will be watching them.
Otherwise they could
So that's
just
why I
run
said like
away.
at first do something that's very easy to guard. Like in the mines, there's one escape route, and the guard can just like sit around and just not really care that much, and it's very easy for them.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so like in a couple weeks, I think I would have the plan to like do a fake out of like pretend that they're no longer being guarded and see if they try to escape, and like punish them if they do try to escape and stuff like that. And try to like, yeah.
Yeah. Now you're thinking like a sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart. I don't
It's-
trust him one bit, but that sounds like a plan.
It is done. The rules and regulations are in place. guards are put on them. They are let free to walk around and stretch out a little bit before they happily agree to spend some time in the mines. It's cooler in there, not in the direct heat all the time. There's some people to hang out with and some camaraderie. They get to use their muscles, and it's no longer like little kids walking past them, farting in their face, and then running away, giggling and laughing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an improvement.
And I'm guessing we're not going to do something like... I'm guessing it's fine that they talk to other people and whatnot. We're not going to, like... I don't know, restrict them so much that they can't even live in this society. It's probably good to make sure that they can feel a little bit more at ease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
Socialize them.
As
know
well
how
as,
many
like,
people
make it-
want to talk to them, though.
It's true.
People
well as
died.
just-
What were you gonna say, Ashley?
As well as just like make it clear to them that like if they attack another citizen, then like they're dead
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Okay, cool. Well, with Gloria and her henchmen in place, the party can take a look at the map that they've got of the nearby areas. You're here in the middle of Trog Canyon. There is, on the northern route, a small little village, and then Fairport way to the north, and there is the town of Khyperia to the south. You guys had talked about going to Fairport. It seems to be, it's one of those towns on the ocean. It's a little bit bigger of a civilization. One of you has a personal tie to that place. Is that the direction we want to head?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay.
Although it's a little scary, or like, I don't know how much we know about like traversing water and like being in boats and whatnot. I guess Tristel would know. Yeah.
Well, you don't have a boat to get there, so you'll have to go overland. You can either walk along the coast, which is mostly easier but has some treacherous areas, or you can kind of hike up and through the hills, which is probably slower going but lower visibility if you're concerned about being spotted from the ocean for some reason, which I don't know if you are.
What do we know about the tiny village, like in between Fairport and Trog Canyon?
I know they were raided a while ago.
Oh yeah, because we had a visitor from there.
The farmer, herder, shepherd, alpaca shepherd. We could theoretically go there and see if they have a boat that we could take the remainder of the trip. Be quicker and safer.
Yeah, and
See
just check out
the
like what
status is.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what the status is given. There were like draconians around, and I guess it's good to know to see if the farmer is alive.
Okay.
I mean, I am worried about draconians, but I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just go.
Yeah,
I think
don't-
stopping in the town halfway would give us some answers of draconians and how much we should be worried about them.
Yeah, I guess I mean, we could also just stay in town for like a week and see if the draconians come back, or however long we would think they might return in. If they're like planning some sort of like assault of the whole town or whatever.
How long is the trip to this town halfway to Fairport?
I think that is going to be 3 to 5 days, depending on some dice rolls. How easily
Okay.
you make it through the hills and get lost or not,
It's a long time. That's a lot of rations to carry in my week
We're
inventory.
rich. We're rich.
I still can't carry anything.
Well, we could take the alpacas with us if we're still trying to get that shipment. They could carry some stuff for us.
Can we go through the hilly terrain with a carriage?
Absolutely. No, not with a carriage, but with a llama or alpaca. Yes.
Right.
Well, did they have the carriage? I'm forgetting that trip now.
Oh, maybe they didn't have a carriage.
'Cause that was actually what caused us to come back, because Gloria. So if we got to Fairport and got this shipment, there would need to be, like, we would have to take a ship back, almost.
You could hire a ship to drop you off on the coast and then walk back across the plains where it's easy.
Right.
Or if you have enough pack animals, you could just laden them with goods and hike them over the
Right.
hills.
Right.
I guess right now we just don't know any like societies where we can even hire a boat or whatever. So we would need to get to Fairport first for any. Yeah, because I don't imagine anyone in Trog Canyon does boat stuff, right?
Not a one.
Okay.
I think we should take some alpacas and go toward this halfway town.
Great.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm down.
Alrighty. Our party sets out in the late morning after having talked to Gloria and her henchmen. And you bring yourself a couple of pack animals?
Yeah, how much meat are we bringing back? Or how much are we planning to bring back?
Sampling. Well, I guess it depends how much she was wanting. She was going to pay us for that.
I think that was a set amount, and she had given you some money with which to purchase it, right? Yeah. So then you've already got the money on hand, or you can pick it back up from her if you already returned it to her. And I will dig through my notes. Activates golem. Half a sea elf.
Huh?
Mead. Fairport. PCs get 50 GP with which to buy mead.
50.
Yeah,
That's a lot of mead.
it is. What is this word? Naliant Bay? Valiant Bay? Valebrook? I'm not sure what this is supposed to say.
Was that the name of the town in the middle? Or
I'm not sure. I don't remember what these old notes mean. It's been a long while.
you know, that's a mood. Every time I scroll through my notes, I'm just like, oh, I forget what this is
What?
referring
What?
to.
Uh-huh. Well, we don't worry about that. It's fine. Off to the town in the middle.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Off to the town. Alrighty.
Okay, we need rations and everything though.
Yes.
So how
That's true.
I'm guessing we plan for picking up more rations in Fairport. Can we assume that it's still standing? It should though, right?
Fairport's standing. Town in between?
Yeah, town in between is
Question
a
mark.
little sketch.
Question mark. Fairport should still be fine. Knock
should
on
be.
wood. It's a pretty heavily trafficked port city, so you'd think there'd be some protection.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just rations on the way there then. And so, what was it? 2 per day?
2 pounds per day for weight. And I think it's...
Rations is just, it counts for 1 day.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they're 5 silver.
The long-lived rations, the ones that won't go bad, are 5 silver.
Oh.
Sorry, my notes are scattered. The short-lived rations that will go bad are 2 silver. But, they go bad in a week. It's like a loaf of bread and a block of cheese and a couple of apples. And, they won't last forever.
2 silver.
Okay, so how many days are we counting on? Was it 4 days to the middle?
4 days to the middle.
So like 8 or 9 days?
Yeah.
Of rations?
Yeah.
So that is
So that'll be 16 silver and 16 pounds. And you'll just have to find water along the way. But that should be workable. There's a bunch of hills. If you go along the coast, there should be creeks and rivers that drain into the ocean occasionally. You might have to, at worst, go like 8 hours or 16 hours without water. But that's survivable. That's doable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or-
3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food is the broad survivability range.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so off we go. I would like one of you to roll me a D100. I'll take whichever D100 comes up first.
Mm,
You gonna roll for it?
no. I want to... Can someone hold a ration for me?
We have the alpacas, right?
What?
We have
Oh,
the
yeah.
alpacas.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Do we have an alpaca inventory or?
I'm just encumbered, and I'm gonna pretend that I'm not encumbered.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna do
they're
that
on the
too.
alpacas. We
Yeah.
don't worry about it too much.
Neat.
A 10 is a very, very good roll. You have no problems or battles or encounters with monsters on your way to this town.
Yay.
I would like somebody, one person, to make me your navigator, the person who is going to lead the way, should be making this check, and it's going to be I think it's a survival check to find your way.
Kyra would be leading for sure, right?
Okay.
You're strong.
Yeah,
Strong.
survival check. Good. All right. So with a 10 on the survival, you can find the town without any problems. You don't find any shortcuts or make any extra time, but you also don't get lost or delayed. It's just a nice, easy, predictable journey. You get there in 4 days without seeing another living soul, but an elk over here, a deer over there, some wild llamas that are grazing together that get like a little frightened by you guys and shuffle their way, up and through the hills. Some strange birds gathering around, but not much else until you arrive at the town. This little town that we're going to call Valebrook. This little coastal village. Doesn't have a wall around it, but you can see the signs of smoke rising from chimneys when you're, about 10 miles off. And as you come down out of the hills into the little town, you can see it is alive. And I don't know if thriving is the right word, but people are out in their fields farming them. There's fishermen out in the water on their little boats. People moving in and out through the town. And as you get closer, some people that notice you coming down out of the hills will even stop to wave at you as you approach.
Yeah, we're gonna use the same cover story as we did for the alpaca herder. Who is that? Something like that.
Yeah, it was the
Um,
alpaca
yeah.
herder. What was that cover story?
That we were just exploring, I think. I forget exactly what it was. I think we were like from a far off town, and I forget if it was anything more than just exploring.
Yeah, because I remember we didn't want to lead them back to Trog Canyon.
Yeah, very much not.
Yeah. I mean, we could always tell them we're headed to Fairport for a mead shipment.
Yeah, I
if they
think
know.
telling to Fairport would be okay to do.
Seems like that's a common place to go, so nothing weird to be traveling there. Versus, I guess, going towards Northridge was a little like, what are we doing out there?
And we don't find there aren't like any draconians with like pitchforks that are telling all the humans what to do or whatever. It's like it
You don't
looks
see that as
normal.
you walk into town. That doesn't appear to be the case.
Neat. Oh, I also have the hood above my head to like conceal myself and be a little bit more hidden,
The ears.
just in case.
Yeah. The ears, the fur, the whiskers, the
Oh, right.
short little nose.
You can tuck in most of it,
Yeah. As you guys come down out of the hills, you will see a small little troop of soldiers, guardsmen, watchmen might be the better term, jogging over to your position, led by a youngish man. probably in his early 20s. And with him would appear to be 10 volunteer guardsmen, volunteer watchmen. They don't really have armor, but they've got a couple of them have pitchforks, a couple of them have spears, one of them has a shield. There are a couple of people with bows. There's about 10 of them, plus the young man who's in the front, who's got sort of like a nice padded doublet on, serves as a little bit of armor. The colors are bright, whereas everyone else's are sort of worn and old, and they've seen better days. And the young man stops as you guys are coming, right to the edge of where the town could be considered, on the other side of this like little water ditch that like helps irrigate the area. And he calls out with a hand raise, "Ho, travelers! What brings you to our town of Valebrook?"
Hello. Yeah, so we're kind of on a dual purpose mission here. So we're from insert town name to the south that I forgot.
Northridge. No, wait, that's a bad one.
Fairfield. No, shit, that's too close to where
From
we're
the
headed.
south.
Pleasantfield.
Yeah, because the people on the boat said that they were heading south to a town.
Mm-hmm.
That town.
Oh,
So we heard from an alpaca farmer that this town had some draconian issues. So we're on a dual purpose expedition to head to Fairport to do some trade, but also check up on the status of the world, see how y'all are doing.
You seem friendly enough.
I hope so.
As each of the three of you and your small herd animals, you all have like weapons. You're well armed, but you don't look like you're here to cause problems. And you're nice. Give me a diplomacy check, Sheriff.
Diplomacy? Wait, what
Yeah.
check is that?
Is it not called diplomacy? No, it's called persuasion. I'm sorry.
Wait, is that a 2E thing? Or...
I think it's actually like a 3.5E thing.
Oh.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah. Ah, perfect. Yes, you come across honest. You manage to, be clear and not nervous about the situation, and the young man will quickly identify himself. I am Zolt, the leader of our fair village here. After monsters had come through, ravaged our territory, looted our treasuries, and killed my mother Martha, our former leader. Have you seen these strange lizard creatures, self-identified as draconians?
We have.
Yeah, we've
yes.
encountered them time to time. They're not the friendliest of creatures, as you know. Had some peaceful encounters, had some not so peaceful encounters.
Maybe you can tell us how you can make peace with these monsters. They came on in, it was nasty. Put the torch to a couple buildings, raided all of our holdings and supplies, killed a few of our people, and then left. Haven't seen them in some time now, but we are concerned about their return. Nonetheless, you're travelers on the road. We shouldn't be. Please come across the ditch, and he'll lead you around to an area where there's like a little bridge crossing the ditch, and welcome you in. But first, asking your names. Wants to know who these people are. Did you give them your real names?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they'll welcome you in and give you a place to rest for the night. You can stay with Zolt in his house, which is now a little bit empty. A couple of his family members got killed by draconians, so there's a couple free rooms.
Oh, I am going to ask about the alpaca herder that we ran into.
Yeah, I'm sure you remember his name. Your character remembers his
Totally.
name better than any of us. It appears that the herder had returned. He had fled earlier when he saw the signs of devastation and warfare and combat, and he took off. He returned a little bit later and is now here living in town. If you'd like, you
Nice.
can even go find him. He
Bartico,
actually might be out for the day.
right?
Yes.
Vertigo?
Bartico.
And the town is Coven? Kovin, or however.
It's
that
now.
would be. But it might have been renamed now.
The
Yes.
such devastation has renamed the town. Rebranding
Indeed,
after.
Exactly.
Yeah, rebranding.
Coven wasn't a very good name. It sounded like a bunch of witches lived here. It was my mother's naming policies. I'm a forward-thinking person. What sounds more comfortable and more enjoyable than Valebrook? A nice shady little spot along the river. It sounds wonderful.
It's a beautiful
Maybe
name.
Well, very good. It didn't have a name on this map, so now it does.
Well, welcome to our town. And unless there's something that you want to do here, we can just hand wave an evening in town. You can move on, or you can explore and adventure and poke around at what's going on.
I
it's-
want to ask how recurring of a problem has the Draconians been, and where did they go last time?
They came
they
but
left.
once, and they came down the brook, did their business, and returned up the brook. I've not seen them since.
Okay.
We are concerned that they may return, but they took such wealth and supplies that they left us with very little. I can't imagine they'll make a return until next year, when our supplies have been restocked.
Do you know if any other nearby settlements have been attacked by these Draconians?
I do not. Unfortunately, or fortunately, us here in Valebrook haven't seen much of other people, not since the war. We see ships coming by, and occasionally they'll launch a skiff out and do some trading or speaking, but we keep to ourselves here, hoping to avoid whatever fallout might be out there. You know, the Farron Empire and all their ships and all their warfare. It's better to keep a low profile, just in case they're still out there, just in case the Civil War still rages.
So what are the ships trading with? Is it with Fairport up north, or?
They travel up and down the coast, all about. Most of the ones that we see have either come from Fairport or are on their way to Fairport. But I would venture that only 1 in 10 who pass by bother to stop off and say hello. Sometimes for water. We have much more reasonable watering fees here for ships than they do in Fairport.
Neat. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just
Speaking
curious.
of water, is there a place to get a drink in this fine village of yours?
Yes, ma'am, there is. There is fresh, clean water down by the brook if you need, but we
Interesting.
also have... let me show you this. And he will take you down to the cellar in his basement, or in his house, and he will show you this, like, cask of something, and he'll tap it a few times and turn the twisty thingy, the valve on the barrel, and out will pour this, like, strongly fermented apple juice. And I don't mean like well fermented, like he's got a good distillery. I mean like he threw some water and some apples here and let them rot, like, you know, moose quality fermented apple juice.
Slaps the barrel.
Yeah,
This baby will make you go for days.
it might not be the most elegant solution, but it's strong and plentiful and cheap. And he will grab a nearby mug with a lizard on it and pour you a stiff drink of fermented apple juice and hand it over to you.
I look down at it. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever had a drink quite like this. Is everyone else around too? Are you all witnessing this? I would like to stall and cast magic on this thing. Make sure there's nothing that happens.
Are you going to start an entire ritual in the basement, or are you going to use the spell?
Well, that's the thing. I just need to I'm just gonna hold on to this for a moment and prepare myself to taste it.
Yeah. Did anyone else follow them down to the basement?
Probably, yeah. I don't think I would want a drink, but I would probably follow down. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I think by now that you're in the house and walking around, give me a stealth check, Pearl, to have maintained your, visage of hiddenness, your mysterious appearance.
It is pretty dark down there in the cellar, so,
But you did have to walk through town, and you were in his house for a moment. Let's get
He
that
hasn't
stealth check.
noticed.
Okay. I got this. It's fine.
And it's opposed by... Oh, it's amazing.
Oh,
We don't even need to make an
amazing.
opposition roll. Yeah,
Oh my
you've managed to
goodness.
keep your tail up in the cloak. It hasn't like fallen out anywhere. It drapes low enough to the ground that no one sees your paws. You know, the hood is still pulled low enough that your whiskers aren't showing. So after, pouring you the stiff drink of apple wine and you're making some polite excuses, he turns to the mysterious cloaked Pearl and says, "Dear stranger, is there something... Why do you cover yourself so? You are in a safe place?"
Oh, it's. I just have a few little. I don't always trust everyone. It's a war-torn land, and it's a little bit scary out here. So I just prefer to keep it low.
I understand while you're on the road, but you are a guest in my house. It seems somewhat odd to neither know your name nor your face.
Oh, my name is Pearl.
Pearl.
Apologies,
pleasure to
I
meet
should
you.
have
I'm
mentioned
Paul.
that earlier.
He reaches out a hand to shake yours.
I do a formal bow instead of shaking his hand.
Oh,
He lowers his hand. And then sort of returns a bow to you. It's a pleasure to play host to you, Pearl.
Yeah, nice to meet you, and thank you so much for inviting us to your home and everything. It's very nice of you. Looks like a lovely drink as well. And I look at.
Would you
Crystal
like
through the
some?
glass. No, I'm good. I generally
No,
don't
no,
drink
hold
that
on,
much.
nonsense.
No, I'm
There's some
okay.
for
Don't
everyone.
don't worry about it.
Grabs
it's fine.
a pewter mug and very quickly taps the keg once more.
I
and
just
pours you
had
a nice
so much to
strong-
drink on the way here. You drink so much during journeying, so yeah, I'm okay, really. But I appreciate the gesture so much. Thank you.
He looks a little crestfallen that you're rejecting his apple thing, and will give a big sigh and take a swig himself of it and shake his face as it's clearly quite strong.
is it safe?
Yeah, your ritual's gone off. It's non-magical. I don't know, it might blind you, but it's not gonna. He's drinking from it, and it's non-magical, so it's that's safe, right?
Not for me. I'm gonna throw some back as well.
It is strong. It's like your first time sipping whiskey. It's woo. Hard to control the face afterwards. But it's a leg up from the same old stuff that you've been drinking in Trog Canyon. And
Sure.
Zalt will take his cup and head upstairs with you and sit in the comfortable room as the sun begins to go down and just make small talk and conversation about the things that you've seen, where you've been. He's never really left this town. Zalt's, he's in the early 20s. So he's been born here and hasn't seen anything beyond the height of the hills around the town. So he's got all sorts of questions. But it's small talk stuff.
I want to offer to perform some of my songs. Especially since a few of them are about our adventures.
Yes,
My set list. Let's do Trog Lover. Let's do I Died, and then Now I Am Alive Again. And I'm trying to think of another hit one.
You've almost got a full album soon that you can release.
Yeah. Check out my EP. It's called The Siren.
Oh, he is into it. They haven't had a musician here in a heck of a long time. And no one here plays music on their own. Sure, maybe some percussion and maybe some singing, but an actual proper instrument, someone who's been trained and has this new music instead of the same old songs that they play year in, year out. Give me a performance check. I'm pretty sure. Give me a performance check at advantage since they are an eager crowd. Wow. Yeah. It
Nice.
goes great. the music spills out from Zalt's little home, and soon enough you have like random villagers stopping by, making conversation out the windows, and soon the facade falls apart, and it's just like people leaning in at windows or near the front door to hear the music coming on in. This makes you quite popular in town, actually. And as the evening falls, you will find that you get, invited out by the villagers to one more song. Well, where did you learn to play that? That sounds like a great adventure. Was that a real story? You get the attention of the masses as you, this bard from far away who knows so much and plays such sweet music.
I'll accept their invitations to continue telling stories, though I must ask them, oh, well, this, your fine leader has actually shown me a very interesting homemade brew of his. Is this a hobby other townspeople partake in? Show me. And I want to do kind of like a bar crawl of all the interesting brews.
Are you stealing all of their recipes?
That the town has to offer.
Okay, I think I want to keep, I want to be inconspicuous around this time. So I think I'm just going to, I don't know, hover around the edges of town and kind of look to see if there's any, draconians arriving or any other suspicious things happening while all of this is going on. I'm guessing it's easy when Tristel has all of the attention, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. They let you come and go. Everyone's sort of focused on the music and the bard, and you will get, my family has a secret little stash in our cellar too. Come on, and this one is some sort of fermented barley without any of the other stuff. So it's close to beer, but it's a lot stronger. And the next family over has maybe some questionable, we found a way to ferment cabbage, but cabbage wine is not particularly tasty. But that's what they do. It's what
interesting.
They got,
It's like kimchi drink.
Just drinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm making note of all these interesting drinks. One day I could see myself opening an establishment of my own. So just doing some research.
Yep. Yeah, so you can hop between the villagers here and there. Pearl, you can take a look and kind of scout out the edges. You'll see that there are no draconians coming. All appears to be kind and well. And our dear sheriff, what are you doing?
Going the fuck to sleep.
Nice. Passing out. Someone needs to be responsible in the next morning. Well done. Okay.
Yep.
The night will pass fairly quickly and easily. The music and wine lulls you all to sleep, and soon you are woken the next day as the sun rises. Chickens begin to caw, and Zalt, gets up, offers you guys some hot tea in the morning, and tells you he has duties to attend, and, make yourself at home, leave whenever you need, and we hope to see you again someday.
Thank you so much for your kindness and hospitality.
My pleasure. And off you go. Heading back over the hills on your way northward to Tristel's home of Fairport.
Oh, wait. Sorry. When did we arrive in town? And I'm guessing we left the day after. This is important.
Right. You left on the 14th.
Okay.
And you arrived, it took 1, 2, 3. You arrived on the evening of the 17th.
What was
Do we want to take our first break?
Yes.
what was the rebranded name of the
Valebrook.
Valebrook? Damn. Pearl's birthday is in 4 days. And I'm gonna be away from home during my birthday.
Well, why don't we take our first break, and when we come back, we'll make the rest of our way. Pearl will have her birthday, and we'll see what trouble we can get into.
Gonna be in the middle of a forest somewhere.
No trouble. None.
Nah, it's fine. Alright, see you all after the break.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Embers of the Wilds. Our party has acquired 1 more gold piece each.
Hell yeah. We've been bad at catching you during those. Because I remember that it happened like 3 times, and then I didn't say anything because I didn't want to interrupt the flow. And yeah.
Well, please
Can we
interrupt me next time.
retroactively do it? Like go through the VOD and like come up with timestamps and be like, Neil, okay, we found like 8 instances.
Freya,
Yes.
where are you? Incredibly
Here's
rich.
the receipts.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna over encumber myself if I do that, so it's a bad idea.
Okay. Well, on your way, I would like another person to roll me a D100. A secret D100.
Secret.
Oh,
6.
excellent. So, as you're approaching the town of Fairport, you will know, Tristel, that the town, like the southern coast, is pretty walled off. Like there's sheer cliffs, and then the ocean comes all the way up against it. It's relatively impassable. Fairport has like an entryway. Well, it has like 2 entryways. One of them is through some mountains, and the other is near or alongside the river that runs into Fairport. The river canyon can get a little bit dicey. It too runs through like a section where where it's not particularly passable. And so most people, unless they have a boat and they're brave enough to go through the rapids, go over through the one mountain pass that really leads into Fairport from the land side of things. And it is through this pass that you guys, everyone take a gold, must follow. You know, it's when you start punishing yourself for these things that you recognize how often you do them. And can I get a perception check from everybody in the party?
Oh
Wow.
16, 15, 18. Wow. That is
Perceptive bunch.
surprisingly better than I had hoped.
yeah, I was just gonna say you seem disappointed.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. Okay. So what was going to be an ambush is instead you guys notice. You get pretty close to their stealth roll, so you will spot it just a little bit before it transpires. What is the marching order? I assume the sheriff is in the front, but, you know, we shouldn't assume these things. Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would be definitely not in front. That's all I know.
Yeah. So you're walking through this mountain pass, which Tristel has been through many a time before, when something about the area doesn't quite strike you right. The sounds of birds have fallen away, and there's just, there's like a weird crunching sound from time to time, the sound of something shuffling. Your senses kind of go off and take a moment to pause and look around. And as you are pausing and looking around, out from hiding step 6 hobgoblins.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, one of them pops out of this bush right next to you. Another pops out from behind this hillside. 4 more crouched higher up on the hills, lean out and over. Some of them have bows even. The 3 way up on the hillside have bows. I will give them little markers.
I remember we talked about doing temp HP every time we rest, like implicitly, right? Because Khyperia has the temp HP thing.
Yes.
And so I'm wondering, should we roll for that temp HP? I forget how it works.
Yeah, I feel like we said, like, especially when we're going out somewhere, like, we're taking those precautions. Like, maybe not at home, but...
Yeah.
So we should re-roll those, I presume, because now I think they're old values.
Yes, please do re-roll those before
So
combat
it is
begins.
1d8 plus 2.
Oh, neat. Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm usually pretty squishy, so that's nice.
Okay. So Tristel is 10 out of 10. Pearl is 9 out of 9. And Ashley is 6 out of 6. Perfect. Well, stepping out from behind
Wait,
these
shouldn't that be
shrubs.
8? Or, because I rolled
No,
an
it's
8.
a D8 plus 2.
Oh.
You rolled a d8 plus 1.
Okay. I'm sorry. Also, I
Stepping
don't
out.
have music. Do I need to refresh?
No, I'm about to put it on.
Okay.
Yeah. Stepping out from behind the bushes is the lead hobgoblin, who gives a low chortle. Travelers again, huh? Well, lay down all your gold and we'll let you through. And silver and copper, just in case you're too dense to understand what I mean. Or, he cracks his knuckles, we can take it from you the hard way. Or I should say, the fun way.
I'll give you an even better offer. Run away and give us nothing, and you get to run away.
I was hoping you would say something like that. And with a shout, the hobgoblins leap to action. So,
Ooh.
Oh, geez, there are many.
would everyone roll me initiative? You should hear music by now.
Yes.
These ones are rotten.
Okay. I should have clicked my token.
Same.
Do I re-roll, or how does this work?
No. I'll just add your tokens to the thing. We'll just keep your initial rolls. Whoops. Add turn here. Oh my gosh. You're not that big. There we go.
Do you ever just scale on one axis?
18.15. Wow, these are really good initiative rolls from you guys as well. 18.16. And descending order. So, the hobgoblin up on the hill is the first one to act. They have a bow out and strung, and they will aim it in the direction of the lead warrior and take a shot. With a 9 to hit, it just sails
Nope.
harmlessly over your shoulder, landing in the dirt somewhere. And it's a lot of Tristels will go.
Alrighty. There's more baddies here than I like.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to cast sleep so that they can take a nap. Or hopefully a few of them can. And I want to cast it right over here.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of aiming at these ones.
If they're
I think
precariously
20
perched on the
range.
cliff.
Yeah, so I'd have to cast it here to get the three of them. It's like 20 feet radius.
Nice.
So let's do that.
That is... How many?
Oh.
5d8. Yeah.
I can cast it as a second level spell.
Yeah, that would make it 7d8.
I'm gonna do that. So 78?
Yeah, 7d8. $27. Immediately, two hobgoblins drop to unconsciousness. They just fall to the ground, passed out. I should probably give them sleeping signs instead of 0 HP signs. They just hit the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Do any of them fall
Gone.
down? If they were close to the edge?
All right. I'll give this one a dex saving throw. See if it manages to fall forwards or backwards. That is a forward fall, so it tumbles,
Hell yeah.
rolling down the steps, cracking its head along the way. Tristel, would you roll me 2d6 for falling damage? 7.
Nice.
Boom.
Ouch! Big ouch.
Yeah. Kyra, is your turn.
Oh, this is a good question. Let's see. When ready an attack, you use your reaction to activate the attack, right?
Yes.
Okay. There's not really a place that I can stand that is within 5 feet of both Pearl and Tristel, but still be in front.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to stay where I am. Ready an attack if someone gets close to me. And that's my turn.
Okay. Next hobgoblin. This one way back here on the hill will move themselves to a better position because this big mound gets in the way a little bit. And take aim at the spellcaster who just tried to sleep everyone. Bow drawn, arrow notched, aiming at Tristel with a natural one. It does not go well at all. The hobgoblin takes a shot at you and it flies so far overhead. This hobgoblin is shamed
Hell yeah.
into sadness. This one over here, brave. This is the one that was taunting you all. Comes straight for the attack, but you have a readied action.
Yeah, I'm going to use it.
Hobgoblin's wearing a chain shirt with a shield strapped to an arm. 15 AC, but you hit with an 18 and cut into their flesh for 5 points of damage. The hobgoblin retaliates with a one-handed longsword slash towards you. Ooh, 17 is one off. Just one off from hitting you.
Yeah, let me read my abilities real quick. Never mind.
Okay. The next hobgoblin rushes you as well, taking a slash towards you, which is also a miss. And that leaves us with Pearl.
Oh geez. Okay. I feel like I should huddle up with you, right, Kyra?
Yeah.
Within 5 feet. So if I stand here, does that count? As within 5 feet?
I think you were already counting. Yeah. I was assuming that.
Oh, this was already in range?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Within
Otherwise,
5
I
feet.
would have moved back 5 feet or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I am going to... Oh geez, I feel like I haven't done combat for ages. I've forgotten all of my things.
I feel that.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna stay here. I'm not sure if it's a good idea because I'm so squishy. Like, I don't know if I should go hide behind a tree or something, but it's also good to be next to Kyra. Okay, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna use Scorching Ray. Simply. And I've forgotten how that works. It's 3 separate attacks first. So there's a possibility that they don't hit. So it's not like Magic Missile.
Right.
And
You make 3 attack rolls. The ranged spell attack for each ray. On a hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage. So
Okay.
you have to tell me the 3 targets you wish to attack. Or, the 1 target or the 2 targets, because you can split them up however you want, but they all happen simultaneously. So you pick as you fire.
Okay, sorry, I'm just reading other things at the same time. And that is... Okay.
Strange question. How many bonus actions can I do on a turn?
Just 1.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Which ones do I want to attack? I am going to... Can I attack this one, or is line of sight a problem here?
You will have a penalty on the attack roll. They'll be behind cover.
Okay, but this one is fine.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to do 2 Scorching Rays on this one. And is this one still asleep? Like, did it hit its head and then fall asleep? Or okay.
It was like falling while being enchanted. The whole thing happened at the same time. So
Right.
unconscious at the bottom of the hill.
I guess it's magical sleep as well, so it's not like you wake up easily. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the last ray on this one, I have no penalty, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Neat. Yeah, first 2 on this one. Last one on this one.
Excellent. Roll me attack rolls.
Okay, let's see. Which do I just do spell attack or
Yeah.
okay. Actually, how do you roll attacks for those?
I think you can just roll 1d20 plus 5. That's your attack modifier.
Okay.
Manually do it.
Right. Or wait, maybe I can just click the spell and then it'll oh yeah, I can just click the spell.
Excellent.
So first one, second one, third one.
All right, the first one will miss. The second one and the third one will both hit, though. Roll me damage. 2d6 each,
2d6.
I believe.
All right. 2d6 and 2d6.
First one gets blasted for 7. Second one gets blasted for 6. Neither of them fall, but both of them are wounded. And we will go with... Nope, that one's unconscious. And this one over here comes running down the hillside, huffing and puffing, and... Ooh, I think they're poorly positioned. I think they don't have enough movement speed to get to you and attack you in the same round. So they will just move to here. Going all the way up to Pearl, but lacking any additional movement to get them where they need to go. And we will roll into the next round of combat. This hobgoblin remains asleep. I'm just going to take him out of the initiative order. And Tristel takes the turn.
Let's see. Okay. With these baddies up close, I actually want to... I think this is plenty of room. Yeah, I want to cast Bane on these 3.
Wait, will that target Kyra?
No, so it's 3 creatures of my choice.
Right. Okay, nice.
And that's fine with me.
Yeah, they must make charisma saving throws, and if they fail, they get a minus d4 on all their attack rolls. So, starting with the top one and going clockwise, we have charisma saving throw. No, wait, that was a con saving throw. Sorry. Charisma. And your DC is 14. Ooh, so only the first one fails and is baned.
Well,
Unfortunate.
That's at least one.
Okay, Kyra, you are surrounded.
Indeed. So I am going to take Action Surge, which gives me 2 actions. I am going to do a fainting attack against the topmost. So I get advantage on my next attack roll, as well as use my bonus action.
Okay. That is going to hit 5 feet of your target. You have advantage on your next attack roll against this creature. If the attack hits, you also add superiority die to the damage.
Which is 1d8.
Yeah.
And then let's roll 1d8.
Maximum damage. And you cut down the hobgoblin. Not
Holy
plus 16,
shit.
minus 16. And the hobgoblin instantly dies.
Oh my
As
goodness.
you plunge your sword through its guts.
Alright, then I turn to the one on the right, ready my sword.
So dead.
Cannot do fainting attack again because I use my bonus action. So just a regular old slash.
And it hits.
Whoa.
25.
And
7
you
damage.
drop a hobgoblin to the ground. That is 2 dead, 2 unconscious, 1 wounded. No, 2 wounded. Yeah. Okay. Next hobgoblin's turn. It is the wounded one up here that has just been fire scorched. Hobgoblin can see that. 2/3 of them are already out of combat. What's a hobgoblin gonna do? Hobgoblin's gonna make an intelligence check. He knows what's up. They've got this. And the hobgoblin will come over here and shake their companion awake. Jenna!
Rude.
Jenna, wake up! Wake up, Jenna! The monsters, they're here! And Jenna will slowly wake up, but she is still prone. And I will roll her back into initiative somewhere. All right, there she goes. And
They
that
have
is that
names?
one's turn. Yeah, of course they've got names.
I don't want to think about that.
Oh, did I just humanize them for you? Oh,
Oh,
it's
no.
terrible.
Don't humanize the hobgoblins like this in the middle of battle.
This hobgoblin over here will... Ooh, Kybra's a little scary, but you know, what are you going to do? Walk past her and just take attacks of opportunity? Of course not. So, one-handed strike against you, Kyra. And I do believe an 18 will hit.
Matched.
So it'll do 3 damage, but hobgoblins also have this ability called Martial Advantage. Once per turn, the hobgoblin can deal an extra 2d6 damage to a creature it hits with a weapon if the creature is within 5 feet of an ally of the hobgoblin that isn't incapacitated. Never mind. They're all allies are incapacitated. Go ahead, Pearl, take your turn.
Neat. Okay, let's see. After Kyra just exploded one and deleted another, I guess I will try again. I think I'm gonna use Magic Missile, and I'm gonna do...
Would you please roll me a d20 to see if you have a Wild Surge? Forgot that last time.
Oh.
Right, that's a mechanic. Ah, jeez.
Forgot all about it.
Okay.
Oopsie.
I get a gold now.
Okay.
Gold star.
Hey.
All right, no Wild Surge.
Okay. Okay, so I should be able to see this one, right? This one is in line of sight.
Totally.
And I get
Standing
disadvantage for ranged attacks on prone,
Correct.
even though Magic Missile is like homing and like
Magic Missile doesn't need an attack roll.
Oh, right. So it
just
just
hits.
straight up does its
Straight
thing.
up does damage.
Right. Okay. Well, that's really nice. You know, I feel like it's not a good idea for me to attack the nearby one because Kyra can just delete it whenever it's Kyra's turn. So I feel like Kyra is not in danger, and I might as well just try and take out the ranged ones, right? Or is that a bad idea? I don't know. And
That's not a bad idea.
okay. Okay, we're heading to a town. We're gonna get some rest there, unless it's a bad town, but it should be fine. Okay, I'm just gonna Magic Missile then. I'm gonna do 2 on this one with low health, and 1 on this one. That's prone.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2 for the low health one, and 1d4 plus 1 for the high health one.
2d4 plus 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
huge damage explodes the
yeah.
hobgoblin. Missiles rip through its face and flesh.
That second
the
one
other
is
one.
a little. This is just a
The second
bonus
one is
thing, you know.
Inconvenient.
Oh, and then I also need to roll the surge.
You did, I thought. The d20?
I thought that was for the previous spell. For the
Oh, right, because you should have done one for the previous one. Yes.
Yeah.
This one too. This one too. This one too.
Okay, there we go.
No Wild Surge. We'll get you one day. Right. Next Hobgoblin's turn. This one has just been woken up. Spends half of its movement to stand up. Sees the battlefield is not going great. Decides to make a morale check. This might not be the way that they want to go. And sure enough, the one named Hobgoblin will spend all of their action fleeing and going that direction. Tristel.
Later. Things are looking pretty good over here for everyone. How far can I throw these daggers?
Great question. Your character sheet says
Fancy deck.
20 feet is short, 60 feet is long.
You might want to get within 5 feet of me. Up to you.
Yeah, I want to move move closer. And then maybe take a throw at this one.
Yeah, that one is...
Kyra's got this boy handled.
This one is prone and at long range, so it's just disadvantage against it, because disadvantages do not stack. So...
Yeah.
Right. Roll again, because you're rolling at disadvantage. Oh my god. Okay, you hit it! Give us some damage.
Let's see this. 1, 3.
Yeah, sure enough, the dagger lands straight in the
Yes!
hobgoblin's neck on the ground, and
That
the
never
hobgoblin
happens.
continues to not move. Kyra, there's only one left. I mean, there's one that's running away, but there's one fighting you at less than half hit points, who is looking around a little bit nervously. This ambush did not go as expected. You are not the easy prey they were hoping for.
Let's see. Do I use a superiority die? I think I do. Let's do it. So I get advantage. And I swing that sword.
16 is a hit.
Nice. Plus... Well, okay.
Okay, yeah, more than enough. The hobgoblin quickly loses its head and rolls from its shoulders across the ground. Those two are dead. Pearl, your turn will come up before the fleeing hobgoblin gets another turn. I don't know if you want to do anything about that, though. I don't know if you want to let it flee.
No, I think I'll just let it flee.
Okay.
I want to shout at it as it's running away. Can we do that? Can we heckle it?
Absolutely. Yes. How do you heckle the fleeing hobgoblin?
And that's what happens when you mess with us. Go home. Tell your friends. That's all.
All right. You flee. The hobgoblin flees the area. You guys can take a moment of a breather to make sure that there's no other hidden enemies about. And sure enough, there are not. The field is over.
And also
Monster
pocket
slayed.
gold.
Oh, the
No,
gold?
you said you guys, so we get 1 gold.
Oh, damn it. So unconscious. Okay, yes, grab another gold, everyone.
Amazing. I would also like to collect the gold from the hobgoblins.
Yes,
And my dagger from the one that I threw.
yes.
Oh yeah, we still have the donkey with us, right? Or whatever it is, we're pack animal.
Alpaca.
Alpaca, right?
Same thing, right?
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. How's it holding up?
Pretty lazy, pretty unconcerned, you know. Fresh
Can I-
food, that's nice, but whatever.
Okay.
Grazing in the patch of grass nearby while this battle's happening.
Thought I would be a little worried during all of this, but
Yeah,
Maybe
I was
it's
wondering
used to
about
it.
it too.
You know, it's a loud mining town where you guys are. There's always, you know, sounds echoing up and down the canyon. I wouldn't say it's a bomb-proof alpaca, but it's used to the loud noises, and that was a short combat, so they're just kind of chill, you know.
It
We
was
also-
short combat.
we also get 1 gold because you did it again, Neil. You're so Californian. See, this is what
Why
I mean
we-
by it being disruptive if I like pay attention to
Nope.
it.
It is not disruptive. It is the right approach.
We can adventure forever. We'll never run out of rations. We have money.
All you guys got to do to make money. Let me talk for a little bit longer. You know, there's a new meta in the game.
What's the in-universe explanation for these coins appearing?
You're bad at math, and you just keep like, oh, I thought I only had 5 gold, but I didn't spend as much as I thought I did. That's how I
Is
regain
it
my-
like oops we kicked over a rock and there's like gold?
right? You find a bush and there's like a little bag of gold in it over here, or
Yeah, it's like an RPG where you like whop the bush a little too hard and gold pops out.
Or it's
Kyra
like you
just
put on the
spins
coat.
her sword around,
Yeah.
cuts down some long grass.
Yeah, you put on a coat that you haven't worn in a little while, and there's like a couple of gold lying in there from last Christmas or something.
Honestly, that happened to me so much as a kid, and everyone in my family was so frustrated with me because I kept like finding money in all my pockets.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad we don't like carry cash as a society anymore. 'Cause,
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah, that's the
Damn.
thing.
We just
nice
need to get
finding.
multiple credit cards that are like tied to separate accounts and
You
put them in
forget.
various
Oops, I
places.
forgot on my credit card. Whoop. And I
Okay.
whoop.
Y'all continue walking through the mountain pass, only to be disturbed a few minutes later by the low growling sounds coming from behind you. As you turn and whirl, you will find none other than a
Nope.
silver dragon
Nope,
poking
nope,
its head
nope.
out of a lair behind you, narrowing its eyes in your direction.
What the fuck?
How big is this?
It is very large, I'm guessing. It looks
I
very
am
large.
noping out of there.
Does it look
That's-
angry? Do I need to be scared?
It is growling. But is that a bad sign?
I don't know. I just learned about
We-
dragons like a
Yeah,
month
that's
ago.
true.
I take a wave at it and I just keep on backing up. just keep on going. Acknowledge its
Okay.
presence and
No,
on
I'm
trucking.
entranced.
You talk to it then, Tristel. That looks really
Okay.
scary.
Its body is about 60 feet long, and its tail is maybe another 20 feet. So I think this token's actually a little small.
That's what I was wondering. That's what I
Um,
was wondering.
Very much gonna back up as it goes closer.
Yeah. I guess it's bigger like this. Rawr. Yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah, nope. Nope, 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 nope.
Kyra is backing away.
It's like when
Tristel
you see a
is.
big mama bear with her cub like 50 feet away, you're just like, nope.
It's a very reasonable reaction. Tristel seems to have the opposite. More of like, ooh, bear, let me go play. What do you.
No,
do you say or
shiny,
do?
pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of okay. We don't know a whole lot about dragons.
And this is your hometown, and here there's a dragon just like chilling in the pass next to your hometown.
Kind of want to call out, hello.
Hello. The dragon calls out in the common tongue.
Oh, I didn't know. What a pleasant surprise. Do you live here?
I hope to make my home here.
Oh.
You're a brave one.
Oh, well, thank you.
I nod toward the dragon.
Interestingly enough, I used to call this place home as well. Whereabouts are you looking at staying?
The dragon flicks its tail back and forth, and sort of like motions the tail in the direction of the like a cave opening behind it. Right here, so I can keep an eye on the comings and goings in and out of town. You're from Fairport?
I am, yes. Born and raised.
Perhaps you could do me a favor then. I would like to speak to the denizens of Fairport, whoever happens to be in charge. I wouldn't want to make the innocent civilians there uncomfortable by my presence. I should probably alert the people that I am setting up home here in the pass. Would you let them know?
We can certainly track down the person that you're hoping to speak to, who's in charge.
Excellent. Thank you, fair travelers. My name is Silvano Thernes, but you can call me Silvano.
Oh no. Well, very pleased to make your acquaintance, Silvano. I'm Tristel.
Do I smell blood, Tristel? half-elf.
Oh, just a small skirmish on our way here. Oh, you know hobgoblins, the way they like to attack.
I was hoping that would be the situation. I think I could probably trade protection for the town in exchange for the goodwill of the people. I hope to keep an eye on this pass and guard it on behalf of the town, in hopes they will provide me some sort of tribute and acceptance.
If you don't mind me asking, what is it that you're looking for in return?
Tribute and acceptance? You know, tribute comes in many forms. Delicious foods, gold and silver coins, knowledge. A
Fair
friend
enough.
to listen to my stories and to tell me what happens further out. I've only recently flown the coop. I think that's the expression you people use. Seems like a nice, cozy little place in the mountains by the sea.
Well, it is definitely a beautiful place to stay, so I think you've come to the right place. We'll do some investigating and find the person in charge so that you can call this place home.
Why is the bloody one in the back so far away? Hello there, dear warrior, the dragon calls loudly, its voice echoing through the canyon. Need not fear me as long as you are a good person. Come
Hi,
closer.
I very nervously walk forwards and say, just like, as a warrior, I have a healthy respect for those more powerful than myself.
Wise warrior you are then. What is your name, warrior?
Khyra.
Khyra. I am Silvano Fairness, but you may call me Silvano.
Nice to meet you.
Do I smell a wizard? Think I smell a wizard. And the dragon steps forward a little bit.
My name is Pearl, and I think I'm a wizard. Yes, and I shake.
You smell funny, wizard. Show me your face.
I kind of nervously look around and then pull down the hood.
I have heard rumor of your kind. Did not know your people resided in this part of the world. Pleasure
where-
to meet you, Tabaxi, from afar, or from around here.
Where do my people live?
In the jungles, of course, far to the north. That's what my parents told me.
I had no idea. Thank you so much for telling me. I've been trying to figure that out all my life. I've been kind of alone where we came from.
Are you lost?
No, I found a home and I found a family, you know, and friends. And I look around to where my friends. But I've just never met anyone like me. And
Dragon shuffles back a little bit.
Are you a dragon?
I am indeed a dragon. How perceptive of you. Was it the scales that gave it away, or the wings?
You know, I just recently heard about your kind. I didn't think you were so big. I thought you were kind of like chickens. But someone said that you were these large creatures at some point.
Yes, we can be quite large. I am but a young dragon, not nearly full grown.
So,
About
are
half
you
size.
are you aware that they're? Can we trust you first and foremost? I don't know how much I can.
That's just a deeply philosophical question. With what do you wish to trust me?
information. I just don't know how much we should say and not say, and I don't know. I was just gonna warn you that there seems to be these creatures that call themselves draconians around. Have you seen them?
I have not.
Okay, because they really want dragon eggs, and it seems to be something that they very violently fight for. And I just wanted to let you know that that might be something you need to look out for at some point.
Creatures desiring dragon's eggs? Tis a tale as old as time. Everyone wants to raise a dragon for their own. Few of them realize how absolutely dangerous we are. Oh my god.
I will pipe in and say this is deeply, deeply cursed magics going on here. They corrupt dragon eggs to make more of their own cursed spawn.
The dragon's face tightens, its eyes or eyebrows furrow, it dips its head low, its horns rise high in the sky. They corrupt our offspring, and it creates them. They are made of corrupted dragon hatchlings.
Many of them.
Hundreds from a single egg.
Mm-hmm.
This is a most dark and terrible tale.
They have been known to pass through the village to the south of Fairport. And we've also encountered them further out west.
Thank you, creatures, for sharing this information most pressing to me. Wait right here. And the dragon moves itself back in its cave and disappears for a moment. And I guess you guys are waiting, and so a few moments later, it comes back on out, and in its teeth is like the leather strap of a small bag, and it like tosses the bag in your direction, and it lands doot 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 right here between Tristel and Pearl.
I'll pick it up.
It is filled with 50 silver pieces. Thank you for the information. I think those that do good should be rewarded for their efforts. It's so hard to find good people these days.
How come it's hard?
Thank you so much, Silvano.
You seem like a good person. Or, dragon.
I like to think of myself as such.
Silvano the kind, Silvano the fair. I think that I may pen a song for you. Something that I think will definitely help convince the townspeople that you're only here to do good.
Most appreciated, young Tristel, was it?
Indeed.
Well, I shall bother you no more. Please give my regards to the townspeople. And the dragon backs up into its cave until only its head is poking out.
Well, that was scary and interesting, and goodness. Those are huge.
Nope. I start power walking out of there.
How much silver did...
50.
It's a good chunk of silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the party can continue until they make their way all the way to the gates of Fairport, this big walled city along the coast. The river runs, excuse me, the river runs right through the middle of town, The wall goes all the way around it, except for where the river is, and the wall kind of goes out partway into the river, and big set of like portcullises come down in the water itself to, block anything from swimming in. On the other hand, there's also like a large amount of debris that has been built up around the portcullis, sort of raising the water level. It's a complicated engineering experiment that's actually not worth our time to get into. But the town is walled off. And Tristel, you would know that when night falls, they just leave the gates shut and they don't let anyone in because it could be dangerous, So it's daytime right now. You can come on in if you want, but you'll have to explain to the guards who you are and why you're coming. Part of town security in these dangerous times is making sure you know everyone that enters the town. And, they'll keep like a log of people who don't live here but who are visiting, and they'll check you for weapons, and if they don't trust you, they might ask to hold on to your weapons while you're in town, or if they trust you, they'll let you carry them. Since you are from this town, Tristel, they'll definitely let you in and do whatever you want, but you expect that they might want to confiscate Kyra or Pearl's armor and weapons, depending on how they view you. So you guys arrive here at the... Yes?
This was a comedy TV show. This would be like the ending, and Kai would be like, "You're not gonna believe what just happened."
I kind of can't believe what just happened. Casual dragon.
Well, you guys arrive at the gates.
And we get 1 gold each.
Damn it. Yes, you get 1 gold each. Keep it up.
Kicked over another rock.
Yep. So, arriving at the gates, what would you want to say to the guards who are up there looking down at you all?
Oh, guards. Our party comes to Fairport on very casual business. I'm Tristel. Some of you may know me.
Tristel the Bard?
Yes.
Cool. I'm a huge fan. I just gotta say, your song about the oceans and the waves crashing on the beach and how it lulls you to sleep. I mean, it's one of my favorite. I sing it to my children when they go to bed.
Oh, that is so kind.
Who are your travelers?
These are friends of mine. We've been on a few adventures, but today we're just coming into Fairport with a bit of trade business, and hopefully meeting some interesting folks in the town.
They gaze over the walls down at you. What's with the one with all the weapons and armor?
The lands are dangerous, and these two can use some swords to protect them as we travel through these scary lands. And to make that point right there, I pull out my sword, and it's probably still has some blood on it from the hobgoblins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like you have a bit of a hobgoblin problem around these parts.
Whew, tell me about it. They give you any trouble on the way in?
They used to.
The guard disappears from the wall, comes down, swings open the doors, comes out to meet you, goes straight for Tristel. 2 hands on one, clasp. It's an honor to meet you, Tristel. I've heard your songs before, so it's a real pleasure.
I'm gonna guide the alpaca and kind of hide behind it.
As you guys walk in, the guard comes and backs up in order to get in front of you and goes, sorry, miss. No one comes into town completely shrouded like this. We gotta know everyone who's in and out. I'm gonna need you to show me your face and give me your name.
My name is Pearl, Riverdale, and I'm just really uncomfortable showing my face. I don't know if I can. If I want to take off my hood.
I mean, these are pretty dark and terrible times. We let you in town. You got the hood up. Gonna ask a lot of questions. Might get yourself in some trouble. Not to mention, I'm gonna be suspicious of you.
I'm the one with the hood, so you always know where I am, right? So that's nice.
If I were to give you a personal concert right now to let our fine friend into town.
I mean, any any friend of Tristell's is a friend of Fairport, I suppose. But you would be taking full responsibility for this person?
Absolutely.
You do understand that if this pearl causes some trouble, it might be problematic for you. As much as I love your music, town security comes before all else, and it would be a shame to have to remove Tristell the
We
bard.
would never. No friend of mine. Whatever are you suggesting?
Okay.
Not, like, acting very offended.
Okay. Well, if you can count for them, and you can prove that you really are Tristell the bard.
Oh, can I? What song? Let's see. So you've clearly heard some of my old work, and I have quite the lineup of songs now. In fact, I'll sing you my latest tune about a large, wise, incredible dragon who is so kind. Something I saw with mine own eyes.
I do love songs about dragons. Why don't you give us a performance check for the song you are just now writing about dragons? It's another
good.
killer performance.
Hell yeah.
What instrument is it that you play during this?
The lyre.
And what is the overall message of our song here?
The message. Oh, just like majesty, awe. Oh, can you imagine being in the presence of such a magnificent creature, one that is so kind, and has seen so much and has so many stories to tell.
Excellent.
It's a
How
work in progress.
do you name the creature?
Silvano.
You do, okay. All right. The guard accepts your song, shakes your hand over and over again. That was great. You must be the real Tristell. So I assume these two are with you, and this one can pass. She
Apologies
says,
for my cloak. I'm just really uncomfortable showing my face, but I really
She's quite
appreciate
shy.
that.
I
Yeah,
understand. My sister is covered in boils too.
Yeah, it's I appear slightly offended with my body language.
Gazes over at Kyra, looks up and down at the armor, the swords, looks back at Tristell, does that internal judgment of like, ooh, this person's like, could be super dangerous. Do we really want them in town? Tristell, why don't you roll me a persuasion check to see if your former comments carry over and cover Kyra as well.
Okay.
Yes, yes, they do. Let you in, no problem.
Yeah.
And the party enters the town of Fairport, where I think we can take our second break.
All right, neat.
Guys, y'all and your good rolls.
And our extra gold.
I have a +8, and then my proficiency bonus for performance. Sorry.
Is just, yeah, it's off the charts.
Love
Off
it.
the charts.
All right.
All right, grab some coffee.
Yeah, see you all in a bit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Embers of the Wilds. Our party has arrived in the town of Fairport, and what a town it is. Maybe for one of you, it's not that big of a deal, but for the rest of you, this is, I think, the very first time you've entered, like, a proper town with multi-story buildings, pathways, and roads leading through everything. Little, like, planter boxes up high on the buildings, just kind of making it look nice and cozy and warm-like. There are horses, llamas, alpacas moving through the streets, pulling carts. The place is overrun with people. You're used to this like tiny little, cozy canyon village, and this has got to be like 3 or 4 times the population. The roads here are paved. There's people walking around in like fairly nice clothing with foreign designs, fancy what do you call them, like shoulder poofy thingies all over the place. There seems to be like style and fashion and commerce and just a huge sea of people moving about relative to what you've seen before. The town is bustling to life as the guards let you in through the gates, close them behind you, shake Tristel's hand once more, and leave you guys in this new wondrous place.
I'm just gonna be amazed at all the people and all the colorful clothing, and yeah, I'm just excited to see all of this. And like houses that are not built in caves. That's a wild concept, you know?
Yeah, and glass windows built into things. You guys don't have glass where you come from, but there must be some sort of smith here, or forger, or metallurgist, or maybe they import it from across the seas. But, big panes of glass in all the windows, people hawking goods in the streets, small children running around playing. You can have that back home, but, it has a different tone here when they can go not just up and down, but left and right, too. But here you are, in Fairport. And you're here at least ostensibly for some mead, but also maybe for some other things. Notably, Tristel's family lives here. And I do recall you guys have a... maybe complicated's too strong of a word, but
I'd say complicated is probably right.
Yeah, a complicated relationship. What to? Where to go?
So we've let's see. So we need to get the mead, and we have met the dragon who wants us to give them an audience with someone who's in charge. What else? I think those are the main ones.
The entire
right?
point of this trip.
Well, find an artisan to repair the golem.
A dwarf.
Yeah, what kind of people do I see around town? Because I presume there were only like humans from where we came from. So like, what is the mix?
The demographics of this town are still overwhelmingly human, but you will spot a couple other species around here. You will note halflings are walking through the streets. These like tiny, short people that really only come up to like halfway up your hip. You see a few of them right here. See, Tristel, you would know that there are a few other species that sometimes arrive. There are occasionally dwarves who usually like stop on their way from elsewhere. There might be a few that have set up somewhere in town. There are no full-blooded elves. There are no gnomes. The elves do sometimes visit, they say. And you are one of the only half-elves here, but it's quite possible that there are others walking about that try not to advertise their elven ancestry. So that's what you see in the streets.
Okay. I'm distracted when I get here. Because I remember civilization, and there's lots of shops and pretty things and dresses, and I have a lot more money than I've ever had being here. So I'm tempted to go shopping.
Okay. Let me just find my notes. That's not them. That's not them. Where are they hiding? Well, to the mead station, perhaps? Okay. You
And it was
can...
50 gold, yes? Oh, and I guess while we're here, there's also the dragon that wants our help.
How are we going to get an audience with someone who's in charge of Fairport? That's got to be a difficult
Yeah.
thing to get.
Doesn't seem like difficult.
It's normal for like townspeople to request an audience.
Okay.
You'd think.
Yeah, part of the mayor's job is dealing with the issues of the town and holding audience. Usually they will hold a few hours a day of just, come up and talk to the mayor if you've got a problem, sort of like an open office hours thing. And then that's in the morning, and then the afternoon and evening is spent like doing the other duties of a mayor that need attending.
Right.
Paperwork, managing this crisis.
So we just need to wheel in the dragon during one of those audiences. Okay, but there's no like big class hierarchy of some like king that's difficult to talk to or whatever, or
No.
okay, so it's a mayor of the town then. That would be the
Yes, Lethrin is the mayor of the town. She is a middle-aged woman who runs Fairport. Tristel would know this information. She has long, curly brown hair, acne scars on her face, large, thick glasses, often holding like pen and paper in hands, making furious notes on everything. She is the administrator of the town, a formal accountant, a former accountant who, through sort of sheer luck and misfortune and happenstance, happened to just end up being the mayor of this town. Sort of kind of like a Barnaby rise to power. Didn't really seek it out, but when someone died, they were sort of the next in line, like 3 places down, but those other places happened not to be filled, so Lethrin took over, and now she runs the place.
neat.
It is maybe a little bit late in the day to get an audience today, but you can spend the day searching the town and get an audience tomorrow when she holds court. So is there anything you want to do before you speak to the mayor?
So are we gonna do the mead, or are you gonna go for like bar rounds and around the whole town, or?
Wondering the order of operations here.
I think I'll be running around looking for dwarven crafts people.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm gonna
Oh,
ask Pearl. Pearl, would you like to go shopping?
Shopping for what? I
Well,
don't know
that's
what.
the point. Anything, everything.
Yeah, sure. If you'll, I don't know where to go. There's so many things happening, but if
Oh, don't worry. I know where everything is.
okay, and I guess what do we do with the
The alpaca? We can
horse-like
bring it
creature
along.
alpaca? Yes.
We'll just park it outside.
Yeah. Where do we actually? How does that work? Where do you park your?
Well, I guess
vehicles?
maybe
Sort of
that's the
stable.
first thing. We should find like an inn that we
Yeah.
can stable
Yeah.
our animal.
Yes, you'll have to head down to the docks. The inns that used to be on this side of town have sort of closed and then been sold because there's really very, very few travelers who come by overland routes these days. So all the inns are up near the docks, and they do have stables for you to put any sort of beasts of burden or animals that you might be bringing with you. When you arrive at the stables, you'll find that right now they're just housing like a few packs of dogs from people. No other pack animals other than the alpacas you have brought with you. They will charge you a silver per alpaca per day just to hold them and feed them and give them shelter. And then each inn room is 6 silver a night. So you guys can either all throw yourselves together in one room to save on money, or you can each get your own rooms to be, a little bit more comfortable.
Pretty.
Yeah. I think I can go either way.
Yeah, I can go either
okay.
way.
Okay.
The innkeeper recommends that you each get your own room because privacy is an important issue, and also it's nice to be able to sleep in. I've spent so many nights splitting rooms with my friends, and I love my friends, but isn't it nice to be able to sleep in? And besides, our beds are, they could fit all 3 of you, but isn't the luxury of having a large bed part of traveling and seeing the world, experiencing new things? You look like wealthy people anyway. I'm sure a couple extra silver wouldn't hurt.
That actually sounds wonderful, to just have a large bed where you can just spread out and just
A
not
large
care, you know?
bed.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I think
Great.
let's do it.
I'll prepare 3
I'm
rooms.
So convinced.
Let's see, 3 rooms at 6 silver each. That's 18 silver plus the 2 alpacas. Did I see out front? 20 silver, 2 gold, whichever you'd like. Breakfast is served when the sun comes up, and there's food and drink available all day. Comes with the room, if you each have your own room, that is.
Wonderful. Thank you.
It's a pleasure doing business. And they will prepare you their rooms and show you to them. Each room also has like a sliding latch on the inside, so you can lock it from the inside, but you can't lock it from the outside. So if you might not want to leave valuable stuff in there when you're away. The innkeeper will explain that once upon a time they used to have locks on the outside of the doors, but then people keep locking doors and then leaving with the keys, and getting the locks rekeyed was just too expensive. So don't worry, we don't let anyone up into the upper areas where the bedrooms are that doesn't have a room. And the innkeeper, whose voice needs to change because apparently she's an old woman, pats the guard of the inn on the shoulder as she walks by and says, "This is Hans. He's our young lad. He makes sure that no one sneaks into your rooms, but you can latch it from the inside." And Hans gives you like a nod and a bit of a grunt, and lets you guys up into your rooms.
With 1 extra gold.
1 extra gold. Wow, you guys just covered half your inn costs.
Right there, yeah. I want to give like a flirty wave to Hans as we go up.
Ooh, give me a flat charisma check as you give him a flirty wave.
How do I?
It's charisma button on your character sheet, I think.
Oh, you had to click the word.
Yeah, that's it. You give him a flirty wave, and Hans tries not to make eye contact with you.
Good.
Now that you're here, you can put your stuff down. Kyra wanted to go look for some dwarves, and you are close to the docks, and you can find there is a cluster of 7 dwarves here in the inn after you put your stuff away, and you come downstairs, and there on the side, not quite the corner, but underneath one of the windows on the ocean side of the inn are 7 dwarves who have just settled down. Still got some packs on. They look like they must have come overland because they're like a little bit dusty, worn with the walking of a long period of time. And they're just now like kicking their feet up, and drinks are being served. And they're leaning back comfortably. A couple dwarves are like taking off their shoes as you step into the room.
Ooh, so these are traveling dwarves.
Or they've returned home from afar?
True. Yeah. What am I gonna do? So I'm going to walk up to them and say, "Hey friends," and flick a copper piece onto the table, and ask, say that I am looking for the true expertise and knowledge of dwarven craftsmanship, and if they knew, God, my words right now, if they know anyone in town who might be able to help me, or like if they know who I could ask to get some knowledge about dwarven crafting and words. That was some soup right there.
It made sense. It was a little roundabout, but we got there.
My strategy was sort of like racistly shaking every dwarf and being like, "Are you an artisan?" And like, so that plan was better. So
Yeah. Well, none of our master artisans are here in town, but we know where we can find them if there's a good cause or good work for them to visit. That's going to have to be worth quite a bit to you. I don't think they come out to Fairport for less than 100 gold pieces.
Oof. True.
I could put in a word to a brother of mine.
We're looking for something a bit more immediate. Someone who's already in town.
There's a journeyman craftsman here. My cousin. She's young, only 60 years old, but she's knows her way around stone. I wouldn't trust her with a castle or anything, but you know, she could repair a street.
Where could I find her?
The dwarf gives a big sigh, reaches under the table, and starts to put their socks back on. Puts their shoes
Not
back on.
now. If you like, this is not a
No,
extremely right now urgent matter.
Business comes first. Relaxation comes second. All right. Come on, lass. Let me show you to my sister, my cousin. And he gives a wave to the other dwarves, says something in Dwarven to them. They all raise their glasses. And this one dwarf will lead you out through the front of the inn and walk with you through the streets on the way to their cousin. The other ones kick back and settle in for a nice long evening of doing nothing. Tristel and Pearl, where are you doing this exchange?
Well, we were gonna go shopping, so if stores are open, we're gonna do that.
Before we go out and do things, I have a disguise kit, and I want to try to apply an amount of disguise to Pearl to help with our shopping situation. It includes like makeup and things, so we could give her some lipstick. So people kind of like look under the cloak. They're like, okay, fair enough.
That
But
seems
like a
difficult.
cat with lipstick still looks kind of like a cat, doesn't it?
Right,
We
but
buy some
I want to
lipsticks
do the
for
best
that,
I
find
can
out?
to obscure her catness.
Okay, but we
Cosmetics, hair dye, and small props.
could try and go the like honest route and not like pull off the hood entirely and just walk around town, but when we're in stores, maybe it's fine if we prepare whoever we talk to not be scared or something.
That's
Actually,
true. We're also we're patrons. We're here to spend money.
And people
so they may
know
not have
you.
questions.
We both have money, and there shouldn't be like a big commotion or whatever in a small store, right? It's not like
true.
we're going to like a huge mall or something.
That's true.
Yeah, so it should be fine.
there
So
any-
like if they
is
ask,
there anything-
I can like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to shop for in particular?
I mean, yeah, but not something that I know of in character.
Okay, so then, Pearl, there are many things that we can shop for. They have everything here. There's jewelry. There's weapons if you're interested in that. I don't know why you would be. Cloaks, dresses, bags.
Yeah, it might be nice. Yeah, find a new cloak. This one is a little old and worn, so maybe we'll find something.
Let's do it. Let's go to the cloak store. Apparel shop.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of head over to the shop, and Tristella, as we'd mentioned before, you've taken some serious combat wounds from like wild animals and monsters and evil people, and all of your fine clothes have been pretty badly torn. But here, in a place where you have actual commerce, there are clothes. You can get fabrics made from burlap, from cotton. There's no silks available. Trade's not that good here. But you can also get alpaca fur, llama fur, all sorts of stuff. Linen, actual just regular linen. And because you have large enough people with enough commerce going on, there are like lots of dedicated tailors and seamstresses. So you can get whatever you want. You can shop around and look for comfy clothing.
I think I would have been a little bit inspired by the wizard Henrietta that passed through town. And I was like, I want to be kind of like her and be like cool and have cool robes and whatnot. So I think I would try and look for some more fancy looking robe. And like we do have money, so it is possible to get that now, right?
Yeah. We have lots of money.
Just take a look at my equipment guide. in the clothing section. Here we go. Let's see. A good cloth cloak goes for 8 silver. A fine fur cloak goes for 80 gold. So we're probably somewhere in between the two of these. You want, let's see, embroidered robe. We're not that fancy.
I mean, you could be. Is it embroidered? I was gonna say, is there little designs, little something going on?
Something more fancy than just a plain color, right?
Yeah, so like a fancy embroidered robe. Everything has to be hand stitched, right? So that would take weeks or months to make. That will go for a full 20 pieces of gold. That's quite expensive. Your common like cloak will go for 8 silver, so somewhere in between here. 8 silver is like a 0.8 gold, so maybe like 5 gold for a nice cloak, but that doesn't have like really fancy, little things going down it, but it's got like some trim. It's, double layered with a softer thing on the inside and a rougher, more water resistant thing on the outside. Maybe like alpaca fur on the outside and cotton on the inside to help it breathe, but also to help keep the water off of it because you want that high lanolin count fur. So you can get this like two-tone, technically reversible, but why would you ever, cloak for 10 pieces of gold?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Nice.
Sounds good.
And what about you, Tristel? All your clothes are torn and ruined.
All of them. Dress shopping. I would like to get a few dresses to prepare. Because all of mine have been torn. And so I just want to get a variety. I guess it depends on how much they cost.
Yeah.
I'm looking for kind of like flowy stuff. Maybe some cool slits for the legs, because that's where I hold my daggers.
Great. A common gown goes for 12 silver, 1.2 gold. So if you want something a little bit nicer than common, we might up that to like 3 gold each, and then you can buy a variety.
Yes.
Just tell me how much money you're spending.
15 gold. 5 dresses.
Ooh, 5 dresses. Excellent. It'll take you the better part of the day to go through the few clothing shops that are here and take a look at everything. And of course, the dresses come in this thing, but then they will like take your measurements and tailor them to your exact size, because they make sort of a larger generic version and then tighten it down to whoever will need it. So you can pay the money now, come back tomorrow or the next day, and they will be sized to you. Meanwhile, Khyra makes their way with this miscellaneous dwarf whose name we haven't gotten yet, but whose name is going to be... I'm really bad at coming up with names, y'all. Like, really bad.
You need a button for this, just a name generator.
The dwarf's name is going to be... Stanley. Stanley the dwarf.
Nice.
I have a question. How much does a drink go for in a bar inn?
Ooh. It is 5 copper pieces for just a drink in a tavern. The book is confusing. It says a small beer is 5 copper per gallon. But how is a small beer per gallon?
What?
I think this is just a typo. Because there's also ale per gallon, which is 2 silver, but then small beer per gallon. I think that they added per gallon correctly here. 5 copper for a gallon of beer is way too much. Yeah, so 5 copper for a single drink. Stanley brings you to his cousin's house. This is just, a little bit more on the north side of town and maybe like 3 blocks in from the port itself. The cousin lives in a small stone building. It's clearly sized for dwarves. Like the door is only 5 feet tall. The roof is maybe 7 feet tall at its highest point. you'd be Gandalfing your way into Frodo's house at this point if you come all the way in. But Stanley gives it, a nice long rap on the door until it opens, and he waves over at his cousin. Oh God, I shouldn't have tried to name all these people. His cousin's name is Hornet, and she stands there, looking. Says, "Stanley, why have you brought me this warrior?" Stanley says, "Now. Kyra, this is Hornet. Hornet, this is Kyra. She's looking for a stonesmith? Stone worker?"
Yeah.
He raises an eyebrow at you.
Yes,
Good.
I am. And then I will turn to Stanley and say, like, have a nice drink on me, and I will hand him a silver and thank him for bringing me and introducing. Sort of just like be appointed, like, get out of here. I want to talk business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he takes the silver, gives you a bow, and trots his way back to the bar, leaving you with Hornet, who looks at you and steps outside, closes the door, and says, "I don't think you'd fit in my house. Come, let's take a stroll." And we'll walk with you through the streets, walking at double pace in order to keep up with her short, stubby legs. And,
yeah, if there's, like, nobody around, and I'm fairly confident, I will ask what knowledge they have about golems.
None whatsoever.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
You're looking to make an effigy?
Repair one.
Well, I can repair a statue well enough.
I'm not sure if that's the same. We're obviously no craftsman God, what are my words? We're obviously not as good at the craft as you, but trying to just repair it in a very basic way was completely and totally useless, and it seems like there's some secret of golems that we're missing, of how to actually repair this thing.
Yes, I could see that. Magical creatures, I understand.
Yes.
Probably
yes,
need
they
a
are.
fancy wizard who lives in a tall tower surrounded by some things to do such a thing. And, sorry to tell you, lass, that I have no idea where you could find such a thing.
There does seem to be a distinct lack of wizards in this country.
Well, during the war, I think many of them were rounded up and conscripted or went to do in their battling, and,
Indeed.
well, not to mention the other ones hunted down after the war because they were blamed for it all. It's a dying craft in this part of the world, at least for now. Give it another 100 years and I'm sure the place will be lousy with them. Although I do suppose you won't be around in 100 years, will you? Poor humans. Oh, such a sad lot. She pats you sympathetically for your short lifespan.
I will just ignore the offense completely. And yeah, I'll hand her a silver too, and ask if there's any leads of who I might talk to other than non-existent wizards who I might be able to figure something out.
The dwarf stops in the streets, pauses for a moment, turns to face you square and shakes her head and says, "I'm sorry, lass. If you've got a golem that needs repairing, it might be beyond the capabilities of anyone in Fairport or nearby. I wouldn't even begin to know where to look. It might be that your golem is it broken now?"
No, it's damaged. We would like to prevent it from being broken in the future if it gets more damaged.
She shakes her head. It might be beyond the work of anyone today. As I understand it, golems are a tricky thing created by powerful spellcasters. And there ain't very many of them left. Maybe amongst the people who weren't affected by the war, but I wouldn't know who they are to begin with.
Yeah, that seems like we would have to travel quite some ways to find.
Aye, we would. You would. But if you have any other stonework that needs doing, I'm your lass.
Well, thank you for your time, and I would appreciate it if you kept this conversation between us. Golems are indeed a rather rare thing, and we'd like to not attract any undue attention.
She taps the side of her nose in understanding and says, "Don't worry. Mum's the word. I very much like a priest in that regard. Anyone that with which I conduct business, I keep that business to myself. Don't go spreading it about. It's not good for business to talk too much about your other clients, you know? I wouldn't tell you about any of the other clients I've had before, and since you paid me, I wouldn't tell anyone else about anything we've discussed."
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Can you find your way back to the inn?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Tally-ho, then. And she gives you a wave and trots back to her abode. Okay. So,
Well, that
the
sucks.
party is... yeah. The party has got new clothing. Looked around for the dwarves, but it doesn't appear that there's going to be any way to repair the golem out here in Fairport. You can buy the mead. It's not a difficult thing. You just go to the brewery and pay them. It's a very ordinary transaction. So unless there's some sort of role playing you want to get out of it, we can just say it's done. But I didn't know if you wanted to talk to the mead dealer.
Yeah, are we getting just mead, or are we like getting the the trade secrets for how to make it? Or
Oh, well, that would be a hard thing.
Yeah, I think it was that she was trying to distribute them. I am interested to know if they have different flavors or if it's just like mead.
Yes, they come in two flavors. There's wild mead, which uses honey from wild bees that are found out in the hills. And then there is tulip mead, which is made from the bees that specifically are kept in this like gardener's patch who grows famous for their tulips that are found throughout town. So there's the in-town tulip bees, and then there's the wild bees, and each produces a slightly different flavor of honey, which produces a slightly different flavor of mead. One is a little bit, what do you call it, more delicate and light. The other is a little bit more sort of hearty and strong flavor.
Let's get the sampler to bring home.
Yeah. You can get a sample for each of you right now, and you can bring... Did you just want to bring back like one small cask of each and then come back to fill up? Or did you want to bring half of each? They're the same price.
Yeah, the like a cask of each.
Totally.
People of Trog Canyon shall now have mead.
hell yeah. Oh wait, so are we getting just mead, but not the recipe for the mead? Or
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a trade secret, you know.
Right.
It would be a bad business to spill your mead secrets to just random passersby.
Yeah.
we could break in and steal it somehow and just
Right.
go murder hobo from this point onward?
Ooh,
Oh,
that's spicy. We would definitely get kicked out of town.
Among other things, I
I like the dragon. I like what he's about. I would like to advocate for him, the mayor.
yes.
He seems very much on our side.
Well, the mayor will hold audience the next day, and you have to stick around at least a day in order to get your dresses fitted properly. So you can get an audience with the mayor. You can hop in line, and sometime in the next morning, your number will come up. Where is our miscellaneous mayor talking music? Here we go. And you can get brought into the main court of the town hall here in Fairport. There's maybe 40 people standing about. You can see some what appear to be knights or well-armored soldiers of some kind standing on either side of the mayor, who's like up on a small dais. She's got her little note out. She's got, the acne scarring, the long curly hair, and she's sort of scribbling as people talk and listens rapidly and then checks her notes and then, gives her judgment and ruling on the situations at hand. Yes, you're right. That watchman should not have entered your backyard in pursuit of a criminal. It is unlawful for them to enter the backyard of your house under these pretenses, unless there's some sort of hot pursuit happening. But just searching your yard because they suspect a criminal is there is inappropriate behavior for a watchman. So the town will compensate you 5 silver for the infraction, and we'll make sure to speak to the watchman. And then she flips through the pages, jots down some more notes, and calls the next number. Lucky number 13, which is you guys. And it is your turn to step up and speak to the mayor.
And get 1 gold.
She looks down at you. This is just paying for everything. This is ridiculous. This is why we implement these rules.
For me.
She looks down at y'all and says, lucky number 13, what is your business before the court today?
Hello, Honorable Lethrin. I'm Tristel. I've once called Fairport home, and I'm back again on trade business. However, I also come bearing news of, I would say, a visitor, somebody who wishes to take a boat in the nearby area. I want to cast a minor illusion while I'm telling this, to have like a little dragon fly around. And I'll be like, you may be surprised to know that there is a dragon, and then with flourish, the dragon appears. A dragon that we have come across on our travels. He is kind, he is honorable, he is wise. His name is Silvano. We've met him just outside of town, and he has asked us to be the ambassadors on his behalf. He means no harm. In fact, he wishes to take residence in the nearby area, and in exchange for being allowed to, he will offer protection. In fact, on our way here, we encountered some hobgoblins. I think that Fairport could use it.
She scribbles down her notes, and then it clicks in her brain what you're saying. She's like, dragon, hobgoblin. Dragon? Excuse me. Are you saying a dragon has taken up residence outside our town?
No, Honorable Lethrin. A dragon wishes to take residence outside of town.
It's asking permission?
Why, yes, as I've said, is very, very kind, very honorable. Would not do so unless given express permission. He is only here to abide by the laws of the local land. If you wish him to leave, he shall, but I think that he could be a valuable asset to the town.
This is most unheard of.
I'm guessing everyone. I'm guessing
Go
everyone
ahead.
in the room heard this conversation as well. So
Absolutely. The
Okay.
entire audience hall. Everyone has stopped and is watching Tristel with mouths slightly agape. The mayor, Lethrin, takes a moment, scratches her curly hair. Okay. Was the dragon nice?
Very kind. Very nice. One of the nicest dragons I've ever come across.
You've come across many dragons in your time, then.
Oh, no. But if I had, I know that he would be one of the kindest.
What sort of vibe did this dragon give off?
Honestly, the best vibes. From the second I saw him, I knew that's a dragon I can trust. That's what I thought. You can ask my fellow travelers.
Fellow travelers? What sort of vibes did this dragon give off?
Oh,
You there, with the cloak.
it was initially absolutely terrifying because they are very large beasts, but they actually spoke to us and seemed very well spoken and well mannered, and yeah, just seemed like a very upstanding citizen without being a citizen yet.
What have you say, warrior in the back?
I have a healthy respect for terrifying creatures. However, this one seems pretty honorable and true to their word. My suggestion would be to either bring yourself or one that you trust to verify our story. We will go with them to make sure that they're okay, and not just obviously send them in if there's a dragon outside, not send them into a trap, to put our own lives to trust. What are words? Oh my god.
She pulls out her notebook, jots down some more things, and says, "Thank you for bringing this matter to our attention. I believe the presence of a dragon is perhaps the most pressing matter of the day, so we will end court here right now, and I will speak with my counselors, and probably have to go visit with this creature." You
Can
said
I ask
silver
one-
dragon? Silver dragon.
I believe so.
Silvano, isn't it?
Silvano, yes.
Silvano.
His name's much longer. You can refer to him as Silvano.
Excellent. Okay.
Can I ask one more
Okay.
question?
Yes.
What are those things on by your eyes?
These.
Yes.
These are eyeglasses. They are polished pieces of glass, transparent to see through, but helps focus the light and correct broken vision.
Oh,
My
they're
vision
beautiful.
is not so great. Why, thank you.
I really like them.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was just curious. I know it has nothing to do with a more pressing matter at hand, but
she seems a little bit confused or stunned, like this is something that she's never really dealt with before and doesn't know, and just we must end court today, so I can confer with regards to the dragon who resides outside town. I'm sure you'll all understand. She gets up and okay, good day, everyone, and trots back, and the two guards fold in beside her and escort her into a deeper recess of the town hall. As she leaves, the three of you find yourselves swarmed by the locals, who will badger you with every conceivable question about a dragon. You know, what did its breath smell like? Did it breathe fire? Did it fly? How long was it? Did it have horns? How many fingers did it have? Were its arms part of its wings, or were the arms and wings separate? Because I hear dragons and wyverns and, just every conceivable. Were you afraid? Did you feel dragon fear wash over you? Did it have a claw? Did you see it fight anything? Was there anything in its teeth? What about its lair? Did it have a bunch of... All the questions get bombarded with you. And I think this is our good stopping point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, sounds good.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
At what point shall we collect our experience?
This will probably be a good point right now.
From the encounter.
Yeah, because you had a wee bit of combat. And,
We whooped them.
You did. You really did. So let's see. Hobgoblins. There were 6 of them, and you made a journey to Valebork, which is worth some experience visiting a new town, seeing some new things, and then you made your way to Fairport, visited town, saw some new things, discovered new locations, and you met and survived an encounter with a dragon who was nice, but it's worth some experience to sort of do these things. And we'll divide it between the 3 of you. So will everybody take home 450 points of experience, please?
We did it.
Did we?
Yes.
That's a level?
Yep, that's a level.
Hell yeah.
2899.
If I'm remembering levels right.
Yeah, it's 2700, I think.
Wait, where do we land? Sorry.
2899.
Neat.
That's a spicy.
2899 is indeed 4th level. So, it is time for everyone's favorite part of the game, or at least my favorite part of the game, rolling them hit points.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I'm
We get an
nervous.
appropriate tension track for us. Here we go. Is that playing? Let's just slow to
Not
start.
for me.
It just takes a moment to slow track.
Oh yeah, yeah. There we go.
There we go. Okay. So, hit point time.
Okay, I want to go first. What do I have? Is it like a 1d2 or something that I don't know?
Sorcerer.
6?
I think it is a 6-sided die, but I'm going to double check just in case. It is
Says-
indeed a 6-sided die plus your constitution mod of 0.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna type +0, just in case. Okay. That's average. Nice. That's actually good. Hell yeah.
Excellent. Additionally, at 4th level, you either get an ability score improvement or a feat. These are up to you. The ability score improvement is 2 points that you can apply either all to one or 1 to one and 1 to another. And that just increases your stat forever and forever. Or you can search through the list of feats that are in the player's handbook and pick one of them. There are some slight modifications that I've made, and I will relink you the feat document. You might want to take some time to read through those, so let's not commit to it right now.
Yeah, we can probably do that off stream. I've been also very, very back and forth on whether or not I should do ability score yeah.
Okay, so what is your new maximum HP?
I used to have 11, and now it should be 14 then, right? Plus 3.
Okay.
Sorry, I entered wrong. Okay, there we go.
Excellent. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, you are a bard. I believe bards roll a d8, but I will double check.
Music's so intense.
D8 plus your con mod. And your con mod is a 0 as well.
Love it.
Oh!
Ooh, nice.
Look at those hit points.
That's it. That's it.
In addition, you get a new cantrip, bard, and a new spell known, and a new 2nd level spell slot. I actually think the sorcerer also gets some things. Sorcerer also gets a new cantrip, a new spell, and a new 2nd level spell slot. And last but not least, the fighter of the party. 4th level gets just the ability score improvement and the hit points, which is going to be a d10 plus con mod. And your con mod, Kyra, is 3. Woo!
About to be 4, but let's just keep it 3 for now.
Oh,
Oof.
low roll, 5 additional hit points. Sounds like you know that you're going to take some stat bonuses, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Your con is 17. Oh, so you only need to give yourself a +1 con to get that to 18.
Yeah, and +1 dex.
Ooh, so you're going to get +1 AC and +1 HP per level. So that'll essentially be +4 HP. Very nice. Very nice
That's the
indeed.
thing that like makes this a difficult choice for me too, because my dex and charisma are just 1 point away from increasing in the modifier, which is really big, like especially for like dexterity, since I'm very squishy. So yeah, but I really want the mobile feat. The mobile feat seems fun. But yeah, I don't know.
How many skill points could we? So
You get
it's
2
feet or
stat points or a feat. Yeah. And let me relink the feat adjustments, because I've adjusted some of the 5e feats a little bit to bring them more in line with the world that we've got here.
Makes sense.
How do I link to the feats? Okay, I will put it in the disco. Delete these random pictures that don't need to be here. All right. So some feats have been removed, some feats have been modified, and a new feat has been added called Direction Sense. You can look through those during our week off, and hopefully we will be back next week with more Embers of the Wilds.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations, you all.
Oh, nice with level 4. I've been waiting for level 4 for a long time.
I know, exciting.
Okay. Anything else before we head out?
I don't think so. Anything you want to shout out? Or
Yeah, I might rework my abilities over the break. Not sure.
oh yeah, and I'm gonna need all of
Yeah.
your stats and whatnot for the overlay once you're done
yes.
with your characters. We just do that right before the next session or whatever.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna swap out one of my spells. I think I can do that. Or I think I was allowed to last level. I did.
Yep. You
Yeah.
you get a new spell and you can change an old existing
Yeah.
spell. Yeah.
I get
But
a.
you're stuck with the cantrips that you've got. You get another one, but like you can't change the old cantrips.
Yeah.
Do we get a level 3 spell?
No, that's a 5th
Not
level.
yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do all the leveling stuff off stream. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh,
Oh, one thing I want to shout out. You know what? For the past month, I've been working on a video that took a lot of work to make. So I'm gonna link my video in case people want to watch a video on Bezier curves. So if you're interested in game development or interested in math or just like space curves and would like to know more about them, then I'm gonna link that. There we
Bezier
go.
curves?
There we go. Bezier curves. Yes.
Yeah.
I will have to watch this.
It is very nerdy. So if you're not into math or game dev, it's not going to be interesting whatsoever, I think. So
I've been running into some curvature problems, or graphing problems of curves in a game that I don't have enough data for. So this might be right up my alley. This might solve
what kind of curvature problems?
There's like a decay curve for the condition of buildings in this game I'm playing, and they don't tell you the mechanics, and so I've been taking data points and I'm trying to figure out what the hell what's going on here. So
like curve fitting stuff. That would be a little bit separate though, if you're
possibly, but
Yeah.
it's neither here nor there. Doesn't matter. It's been bothering me though.
You said curvature, and my mind was just like, I know so much about curvature, and I know so much about continuity, and I can tell you everything. But
Okay.
Right. Anything else people want to shout out or whatever?
Nope.
Okay.
Good
Cool.
session.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining. Am I gonna stay for a post-stream chat? Yeah, I might just do that for a short while, but not for very long because it's late. But yeah, so if you want to ask questions or whatever, hang around for a little bit. Otherwise, thank you all so much for joining, and I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Neat. What an episode. Wait, who rolled? I just heard a roll. Autumn is rolling. Damn. finally made it to an actual town and somehow got to meet a dragon on the way. That was neat. I'm really curious where that arc is going to go. Because I feel like there has to be something to that dragon just hanging out there. Or maybe we just rolled it and we happened to land on that 1 in 100. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Also, I like how the dragon gave us like pouch of silver when we already have like a huge amount of silver. But I didn't want to complain, you know? It seems inappropriate to not be thankful for dragons bearing gifts. All right. It's the first silver dragon Neela's ever showed, so that's pretty cool. Oh, neat. Yeah, I don't know any, I don't know that much like dragon lore. I guess I'd heard a little bit in Tombs of Scoria. They talked about the different types of dragons, but I've sort of forgotten all the different, like what the characteristics are between the different dragons. Oh, wait, wasn't there... I think they recall that there were the draconians, the different types of draconians spawned from different types of dragon eggs, where like brass draconians are from brass dragons.
Yeah.
Did we ever meet silver draconians?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we did. Okay. Chromatics are base evil and metallic are good, right? Okay, so I was right in warning that dragon at least, because they would be interested in those eggs. I feel like. Ask the dragon if he has a sister that can guard your canyon. I don't know what kind of tribute we would need to give that dragon to move to Trog Canyon. Like, hey, we have a huge infestation of like egg stealing draconians. Why don't you come over here and hang out, you know? Yeah, unless we like Oh yeah, I forgot to do the Discord ping. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know if we can get help from the silver dragon. Like, what would we need to give the silver dragon? I guess we did give the dragon an audience with the Fairport mayor. So maybe we can just ask it to be like, hey, can you come over and just see what's up with all of these draconians? And if the draconians don't want to be nice, we can just genocide the draconians with the help of the silver dragon. There we go. Building a network of good trust with all the good aligned people, yeah. Yeah, I feel like we are a very good aligned party, so I think that's gonna stay that way. Which is probably good for building trust and whatnot. Yeah. I wonder when and how that's going to bite back. What if it does? That might be the draconians. We're not sure yet. Maybe. Temptation can happen to PCs, yeah. Tristel gives me murderer vibes. She did do that big dagger murder thing. And I mean, I guess Kyra also did the huge murder of all the bandits, but I feel like that was from a very heartfelt like love for Trog Canyon and wanting to protect everyone, rather than Tristel's just random murdering of like fleeing creatures. That's more a lawful standpoint. You know, everything Kyra does is lawful because Kyra is the law. There you go. It's a loophole. You're not going out of your way to murder? No. I mean, I feel like doing that just complicates everything. Like just murdering haphazardly and lightheartedly seems like it just makes every relationship with every like group of people much more complicated. Okay. What's your feat? It's either going to be mobile or I'm going to do ability scars. What does mobile do? I believe mobile gives me plus 10 in speed. Let me check up or look it up. Yeah, plus 10 feet. And when I use the dash action, difficult terrain does not cost extra movement. And when I make a melee attack against a creature, I don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not. And that thing I think is kind of nice. Like I can just run up and slap someone and then run away without opportunity attacks. I mean, I guess my melee attacks are not very strong. But maybe sometimes someone just needs to slap, you know, just a drive-by slap. Thor does that even. Cats have been known to drive-by slap people's feet. So, but yeah, so it's either the mobile feat or ability score increase, which will increase my dex mod and my charisma by 1. Which is also pretty big, like especially when it comes to AC. Do you have access to Shadow Blade or Green Flame Blade? I don't think so, no. It sounds like things that I don't have in my... we only do base 5e. And I'm pretty sure those are not in base, right? Don't think it'll matter much on the AC. You don't think so? Because it would increase it by 1, which is pretty good for me, I feel like. Because I'm very squishy. I mean, I guess I do have shield as well, which I could rely on. But that then I need spell slots for that, which is spooky. Could always add a melee touch attack spell and use that for your mobile feat. When you make a melee attack, does that include melee spell attacks? Looks like yes. Melee spell attacks are melee attacks. That's useful. That means you'll have to use a spell slot if you still want to do a lot of damage. Yeah. Okay, here's a thing that, or I guess it actually doesn't matter that much in our campaign. I get the sense that repairing the golems require the mending cantrip. I get the sense that, like, from talking to the dwarf, it sounds like no craftsmanship can solve this. It requires a mage in a tower. So I don't know if it's just a mending style of solution. But then again, like, we can't just always be in town mending it, but that's my guess at least. I think mending is too low level. Oh, yeah, maybe just whatever the more high level version of mending is. Did you get stone shape in your spell list? I don't think so. I don't remember it. Wish. Mending at level 5. Oh yeah, maybe you need to match the level of the golem or something. You know, I don't know if you would use a wish spell to repair the golem. Okay. You wouldn't, but you can? True. Okay. All right. What cantrip? Do I get a new cantrip? I don't... Wait, do I? On level 4? Oh, yeah, I do get another cantrip. And a second level spell. Oh, I still know only 5 spells? Right. Oh, yeah, it's another spell, but I get another slot. Is that it? No, I don't get another slot. Oh, wait, 1 new cantrip and 1 new spell. And I get another slot for level 2. Right, that's how it works, yeah. Okay. Okay, so 1 new spell and a new cantrip. Oh. You know what? So I was kind of curious about invisibility. It seems like a really, really, really useful spell. But Tristel already has that. And it feels a little boring to just do like duplicates. But I could do alter self. That would work better than having to wear a cloak all the time. And alter self is much stronger than the level 1 thing that I forgot. Alter self is concentration spell up to 1 hour. think like 1 hour isn't enough. Yeah, actually, it might be a little too... I mean, it does have a lot of utility, though. Disguise Self? No, I think Disguise Self is a weaker version, right? But there's also more than just disguising myself. Okay, so Alter Self says, you assume a different form. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following options. The effects of which last for the duration of the spell. While the spell lasts, you can end one option as an action to gain the benefits of a different one. So the first one is Aquatic Adaptation. You adapt your body to an aquatic environment, sprouting gills and growing webbing between your fingers. You can breathe underwater and gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. That's like a spicy one. Or change appearance. You can transform your appearance. You decide what you look like, including your height, weight, facial features, sound of your voice, hair length, coloration, and distinguishing characteristics, if any. You can make yourself appear as a member of another race. That's the big thing that Disguise Self doesn't have, right? You also can't appear as a creature of a different size than you. And your basic shape stays the same. Oh, that one might be basic shape. I guess that would depend on how Neil would rule that. If you're bipedal, you can't use the spell to become a quadrupedal. Well, I am digitigrade, so can I only walk on my toes? Or, Oh, this is good. At any time for the duration of the spell, you can use your action to change your appearance this way again. That's actually really useful. I feel like this is like a perfect... If you're in a crowded town, I could just disappear if something happens. So that's kind of neat. Okay, and the last thing is natural weapons. I already have that. You grow claws, fangs, spines, horns, or a different natural weapon of your choice. Your unarmed strikes deal 1d6 bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. Oh, so I can change my... I can add the ability to do slashing damage, right? Because for some reason, Tabaxi claws are bludgeoning, I think. Neat. Claws with D4, right? Yeah. So I guess this would just be like improved claws. And finally, you're proficient with your unarmed strikes. The natural weapon is magic, and you have a +1 bonus to the attack and damage rolls you make using it. That's nice, that it's just automatically magic. Okay, so there's a bunch of utility here. Like if we're up against some enemy that can only take magical damage, but not like natural physical damage, this would allow me to do that. But then again, I am really weak. I should not be in melee range, so it feels a little bit strange. Unless I'm like... Wait, do Tabaxi claws not cause attack of opportunity? Why would they not? How long does it last? 1 hour. And during that hour, I can switch between all the different modes of existing. Because you'd be proficient in your own claws. Does proficiency in doing a melee strike not provoke an attack of opportunity? But I'm not proficient in hand-to-hand, right? Doesn't matter? Oh. Okay. Underwater breathing is pretty amazing. Yeah, but Like, just because Pearl can breathe underwater, she still doesn't want to go into water. So that's gonna be a tough sell for Pearl to want to do that. It's gonna be a very critical moment. Yeah, so what I have is on my maybe list is invisibility, spider climb, alter self, mirror image, and misty step. Leaning toward alter self, I think. Whole person? Yeah, that might be good. You're missing out on a whole third of the abilities if you're avoiding water. I mean, I think it would be useful still, right? Like, I'm sure Pearl can be persuaded to do something if there's an emergency. And she would just absolutely hate it. But it's possible. Yeah, I guess there's, for level 2 spells, or level 1 spells, there's Detect Magic, Feather Fall, and Mage Armor. But I don't know if I should get Mage Armor. Like, Shield is already really good, and does kind of the same thing, but it's more useful if I'm not getting attacked very much. Mage Armor can be shared, right? Yes, that's true. Mage Armor is 8 hours. The thing with Mage Armor, though, is that it's always a cost. Before any combat, I'm just down 1 spell slot every time. But with Shield, it's a reactive. I only need to use it if I know that I get hit, right? It's not even like a reaction or like a thing where I need to call it out before they make an attack. It's when I know I'm getting hit, that's when I can activate Shield. And I have been pretty good at avoiding most attacks since Kyra's in the front and everything. So, like, I don't know how useful Mage Armor would be, while Shield has been and probably will continue to be useful.
I've done the math on this.
Yes, I actually did the math for when Shield is better than Mage Armor. I forget what the results were.
Shield is way fucking better.
There was some threshold of like...
Yeah, it's like, unless you are hit like 7 times in a single Mage Armor length,
Yeah.
then Shield is better.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get hit like 7 fucking times.
So it's like if we're up against like 16 enemies that are all hitting on all of us, then
and
Mage Armor would be
lucky with
useful.
that dice roll and always land in that small range of the attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
Just like really fucking unlikely.
Yeah. Oh, it is slashing damage with the claws, but they use the like wrong modifier. I'm still so confused that it's not the Dex modifier. I feel like it should be a Dex thing, not a Strength thing. I remember the when I read about that and Googled to see like what's up with that, there was like some person working on D&D tweeting about it, responding to someone asking, and they were like, oh, but you know, big cats are They are pummel their opponents, and they don't use dexterity. They're very heavy and do like a thud. It's like, oh,
Then that's not
okay.
slashing.
Well, it is
Punching.
slashing somehow. So I don't know. And I feel like if it's a like pouncing someone, then that with claws I feel like should be piercing, if anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just disagree with that. I have high dex and I would like to use my dex modifiers for melee attacks. Yeah. Is your hair the same color as your ears? It looks like it on stream, but they're slightly off. But given the lighting and everything, they're very, very close. Disable ranged enemies with fog cloud. What's the range on a fog cloud? Oh, 120 feet. Damn. That might actually be good, yeah. Maybe you can talk to Koibu about that. I think I did during the like session 0 or 1. Why did you want to take spider climb? Oh, it just seemed like a fun spell, but I don't know if it's like, it's probably not super useful. And I already have a climbing speed, so shrug. Oh, using the fog on myself, right? Okay. Anyway, I should go to bed. It's late. Fog is a bit of a double-edged sword. Yeah, but that's kind of nice though. That means that it has flexibility in how you use it. Also useful if you're in a town and you need to escape in some direction or another. Although, how much do like, if I do fog cloud on myself, do I lose all sense of direction? Probably not, right? I probably still sort of see my feet and know where I am, so it should be fine. How to be intelligent like you? I think my int stat is pretty low, so I'm not very intelligent, actually. Use fog cloud as a bluff? Yeah, I guess. I mean, bluff how? Because like I can't see anything anyway. Good night, thanks for the game. Have a lot of fun watching. Heck yeah. Yeah, it was fun playing. It's been difficult to schedule, but I apologize for that. But it's just gonna have to be like that sometimes. Yeah, it's gonna be a sparse show. So don't expect it to go every week because it's difficult to get everything to work. And yeah, sometimes if we're like, there's a lot of stress in our lives, and if you're feeling stressed and if you're feeling like you're not going to be able to handle playing, it's just not a good time for anyone. So like I want to make sure that we're all playing when we're like mentally there and feeling up for it and whatnot. So yeah, but that does mean that the show is a little sparse, but makes it easier to catch up with it, so that's good. Unlike other shows that have just slipped away very quickly. I'm so far behind on Tombs of Scoria. I've kind of given up on trying now. All right. Thank you all so much for joining. Hope this was neat. I've been really bad at doing the VODs because I was busy making my video, and now I'm kind of taking a break because my brain is fried. And so I've just been bad at uploading the VODs to YouTube, but they'll make it there eventually. Yeah, otherwise, thank you all so much for joining. And I will see you all next time.